first up, as always, the Sky Broadband Rapid League coming your way. It's round 6. We're on the North Shore at Eventfinda Stadium in Auckland. Hope you're well, wherever you may be watching right around the world. Justin Nelson and Casey Frank with you. Great to see you on a Saturday evening. We are expecting a big crowd here later tonight. But first of all, of course, we've got this 4x4 minute game, Casey, the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
It's going to be a very exciting once again in this Rapid League game with the Northern Kāhu, the best scoring offense in the competition, but also the best scoring, the best defense in terms of points allowed. They've been a power. Can the Mainland Pouākai come up from that third position on the ladder and do a little damage to the ladder leaders?
Well, that is the ladder as it sits at the moment, midway point of the season. Every team has lost a game. The poor old Queens at the moment, the only team yet to win. Pouākai starters for this one here tonight. They're on the road. They're on a double. They went down to the Phi on Thursday night, looking to bounce back here. Morrison, Manamaluga, Kubillo, Tualave's been in a bit of form, and Rabadi, of course, as well. This team's capable of anything.
There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of size on this squad. The Kāhu normally come in with one of the bigger teams as we take a look at their starting lineup. Lily Ratuno, Crystal Ledger-Walker, Steph Bairstow. That's where a lot of that size comes from. Great to see Mary Golding back and Asia Anderson rounding it out. And this is an experienced team that is without the majority of their young guns, although we do have one young today that's making her rapidly debut.
Yeah, we'll talk more about her in just a moment. The Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one. Points differential per game is quite sizable. Steph Bairstow is the leading scorer in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And just like their Tauihi team, this Kāhu Rapid League team, they get to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Well, they do a nice job of pounding that ball inside and attacking the rim. They don't settle for jump shots. When they have them, they take them, but it's all about settling. They put that pressure on defenders, especially that back line, to protect the rim.
BNZ Northern Kāhu up against the Halswell Timber. Mainland Pouākai first up here tonight. Let's have a look at the coin officials for this one. Crystal Ledger-Walker there, mid-screen, about to step out. Great leader she is for this team. Danielle Couge, Sam McFadzine, and Mariah McCarthy Wilson. We are just about set to go. Welcome to our coin officials. Big night coming up here on the North Shore. These two teams lock horns again. A lot of talking points for tonight's GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi game. Of course, these two teams, Case, met each other just a couple of weeks ago in Tauihi. That was a bit of a blowout, but let's not forget this Pouākai team have taken down a couple of big scalps at home this season, including the Kāhu and, of course, last week the Queens.
Look, this Pouākai team is capable of defeating anyone when things come together. And I'd love to see Sean Rabadi and Vitalia Tualave really look aggressive down low, because I think that's a spot they can do some damage, especially against whoever has a smaller defender.
Underway, here's the Aussie Kubillo, and there's an offensive foul straight away. Plucked out on Sean Rabadi.
She's got a bit of a smile to it. It's like, wait a minute, I didn't even really try and make that a foul. I'm just coming in to set a screen. Not a ton of action there, but with the size of Ratuno, sometimes a little bit of a shove, a little bit of contact can look like a lot of contact.
She slotted back into that sixth player role, didn't she, for the Pouākai last week? And gee, how good was she down the stretch?
Steph Bairstow with a lovely left hand on the drive. They really isolate her at that 17-foot spot quite often. But backwards to Tuno, just really have been impressed of how she's been playing defensively.
Averaging 12 points a game, Steph Bairstow. She is #1 in the competition. Finally dropping down, getting the roll there. The Pouākai are on the board.
Touches every bit of the rim before going. And look at the aggression with the Kāhu. They are right into the paint with the Crystal Ledger-Walker drive to turnover.
Rare turnover too. Here's Tessa Morrison. Good to see Timo back playing in New Zealand this year. Rabadi to Alave. Really like the form she's in at the moment. Vitalia on that turnaround. Just couldn't get the soft roll.
But nice move, took her time, and got to the shot that she was trying to create. Be better for it next time she gets down in the post.
Here's Goulding back on court for the first time this season since round 1. Just her second game of the season here this evening. She's been away on personal leave. Manamaluga now searching, turns it over. Goulding comes up with it. She's on the drive. She's got Ledger Walker to her right. Goes it alone. And in the end, it falls into her hands off the missed shot, and she was out of play.
Well, nice to see her coming back aggressively. Good attack on the rim. She had numbers with her. Got the offensive rebound as well, but tough to keep possession when you're standing out of bounds. As Maddie Timms checks into the ball game. As Vitalia Tuolave heads to the bench.
Such a famous name in women's basketball. Timms, no relation to the great Aussie Michelle Timms. FIBA Hall of Famer these days. Good hands in there by Manamaluga. Quickly up the floor, firing away from distance was Rabati.
Look at the work rate of the Pouākai right now. Getting them great looks. Multiple efforts. Go wanting, however, on that possession.
Well, they have gone down to the Kāhu in their 2 previous Rapid League meetings, the Pouākai.
And there we have maybe Pateman checking in, Justin, who was getting her first action of the Rapid League season.
Making her debut here tonight in Rapid League and also Tauihi. Amy Pateman, of course, fairly used to winning secondary school nationals with Westlake. Won it this year, won it last year, won it the year before.
That's 3 in a row, I think, Justin, if my counting's right.
It's a good start to the night.
She's also pretty familiar with this court as well. Of course, yep. Westlake right around the corner, so she's played here many a time. Heading off to
the collegiate system. There's a big push off there from Abby Cabillo, I should say.
Or is it?
It is going to be on Rotuno.
Oh my. Cabillo thought that she got pinged with it. And we'll take another look at it. Here's a little forearm in there. I do not know what Rotuno did incorrectly.
You can see the response there from Lily Rotuno. Manamaluga inside. Rabati's hard to stop in that position. Gets it back. She wore about 3 levels of contact. No whistle. And in the end, look at Lily Rotuno, coast to coast.
I've been watching a lot of players across the Tauihi and Rapid League, and she is up there in terms of full court speed. She can turn on the jets and get somewhere. And then a lovely finish as well. Golding with the defense.
That turn of speed that Lily Rotuno has, Case, reminds me a lot of Chrislyn Carr last year for the Queens, the American import.
Surprisingly, Lily Rotuno's probably got a bit of size on Chrislyn Carr.
You're right, she has. Turnover midcourt, great hand in there from Morrison.
Yeah, lovely defense from Timo.
And just stepping around to the basket. That's good all-round work from the Pouākai. Rabati getting the points in the end. This is a nice start for the visitors.
They've been really aggressive in the full court. They've forced a couple of turnovers because of it. And I like the offensive attack. Hasn't been super efficient as we see a foul on the floor before the shot. Hasn't been super efficient, but it has been aggressive on the rim and creating good looks that they should continue to try and create.
Pouākai running 7 players here in Rapid League tonight. The Kāhu just the 6. Megan Mullings is the 7th player. Of course, no imports are allowed in this competition. No imports outside of FIBA Asia. That's why Megan Mullings is sitting. She'll come off the bench tonight. And in the end, running out of real estate there was Mary Goulding. Just getting back to Amy Pateman, we mentioned 3 secondary school national championships in a row with Westlake girls. Heading off to the US next year. University of San Francisco.
That's good. Fantastic university. A lot of history there. Do you know the most famous basketball player that would go to USF?
I'm about to learn.
The University of San Francisco was one Bill Russell.
Really?
Won a couple of championships there.
Fair sort of a player.
Not bad. Not bad. USF back in the day.
There you go. Dying stages of this opening quarter. BNZ player timeout up for grabs. I think Lily Rotuno, she's not going to stop the game. Unable to finish, and that'll do us after the opening 4 minutes. If you are new to Sky Broadband Rapid League, 4 by 4 minute quarters, the only players on the court are the players coming off the bench tonight in the later Tauihi game. Low scoring, but a good battle both ways. Pouākai lead it by 1.
Yeah, we've seen a defensive struggle for the most part. The Kāhu now 2 for 6 from the field at 33%. The Pouākai 2 for 8 at 25. Neither team, well, the Kāhu haven't shot a 3 yet. The Pouākai just 1 for 3. Rebounds pretty even. 4 apiece there, but you need to rebound. And sometimes you build up an appetite there, Justin. You know if you got an appetite, you know what you need to get.
I know what you need to get because it's pretty evenly spread, that pepperoni. The large pepperoni pizza, $30. That's this week's special, available right through till next Wednesday. Dribble 2024. I never like it when Salgs uses the code word dribble.
That's not the one for you?
Well,
you get a little bit of dribbling coming down off the mouth when you're looking at the pizza?
Goes hand in hand, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, to be pretty fair, it's rather accurate right now. I've got a bit of a watering taste thinking about those piping hot pies.
Well, you and I have been talking Sal's for years now. You know that the large pepperoni is my favourite. Speaking of favourites, the Fibre Starter, $27.50 per month for the first 3 months. That offer has been extended. Switch and save. Get the fastest. Get Sky Broadband, the Fibre Starter, $27.50 for the first 3 months. Second quarter about to start here in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Crowd starting to shuffle in for tonight's Tauihi contest. North and South going head to head. Rotuno using the protection of Bairstow, and there's Amy Pateman on debut. Opening points for her, a corner 3.
Not a lot of penetration with the offense there, but the ball did zing around the perimeter, forcing that rotation to Pateman to be a little bit late and open the window for that triple to drop.
They take the lead by 2. Lauren Tafata, was there a bit of a travel in there?
I thought she might have saved it in the last second. It was a reasonably awkward move holding on that right foot, but I thought she pivoted out of it nicely. Take another look at it. I don't know. That to me looks pretty clean. But the problem with an awkward move is it looks awkward.
It's the key word, isn't it?
And anytime it looks awkward or an official isn't super familiar with it, they tend to go with, nah, that's illegal.
Here's Ledger Walker. Bairstow. Inside pass. Anderson. Just nice hesitation there. Some patience.
I really like the way this Kāhu Rapid League squad sets up Steph Bairstow at that 17-foot spot up top. She can shoot it from there. She can put it on the glass. With her size, she can get the dish as well.
Rabati, that's just strong off the right.
Very similar play. Rabati getting at 15 and attacking the rim to her preferred right hand. Keeping pace with the Kāhu.
Bairstow stops, props, and drains the triple.
Well, this is why she's a leading scorer in the competition, because she can fill it up with a quickness. The assist last time down. This time the triple, and that's going to open up that driving lane for her just a little bit more next time down the court.
The experience of this Kāhu Rapid League team on display right now. Look at the runners here. It's 4-on-1. And the numbers, of course, should win out in the end. Ledger Walker cleans it all up.
Well, perfectly executed fast break. A nice. I would have liked to see Aza Anderson kick it a little bit earlier to Bairstow so she could have got the finish on the move. And I think when she stopped, that made it a little awkward, but KLW right there where she needed to be.
10-2 run now. Cabillo for 3 to answer, and does.
A lot of offense here in the first half. Both teams playing with really nice pace in the half court and spreading the love around to everybody who's touched the hardwood.
Midway through the second quarter, Rotuno swings it out to that
a corner.
Deep left. Oh, Amy Pateman hit one from the other corner, didn't she?
Nice quick release on that shot. No wasted motion. Love to see that kind of form in a young player.
Rabati, catch and shoot. Oh, bank it in.
The bank is open on a Saturday night.
BNZ's happy.
Very happy. The BNZ is certainly open on a Saturday night with a lovely bank shot like that.
And that brings it back to 1 case. So all of a sudden, bit of a run here for the Pouākai. Anderson, lovely feed to Rotuno.
Really working off each other nicely now in this quarter are the Kāhu for the handoffs. That time the back door, and Anderson with a beautiful, accurate pass.
The two Aussies battling mid-court. Rotuno takes it away from Cabillo and finishes. Wanted the foul as well.
Really, Rotuno in transition. Just a bulldog defensively. That is her second steal of the ball game. She has been aggressive in those passing lanes and on the ball.
Both of those players with Australian WNBL experience. Lily Rotuno and Abby Cabillo. Some contact there. Don't worry about the contact. Off hands and out of play.
Kāhu swarming on that play. Thought Crystal Ledger-Walker was going to get the whistle for that illegal contact, but the aggression is rewarded with a forced turnover.
41 seconds to play in this opening half. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. Saturday night hoops. The best in town here on the North Shore of Auckland. Hope you're enjoying it. Big Tauihi clash to come this evening. Right now, Rapid League. Steph Bairstow. Is that going to count? It certainly is.
Woo. How about that? Gets Maddie Timms in the post and goes straight to work. That is a big ask for Timms to try and guard Bairstow in the low post. And she did not hesitate when he got there. Loves that fadeaway off that left foot. Not an easy shot to master. But when she goes to that fadeaway, it's unblockable, and it's a high percentage shot, so you can see why she favors it.
Off to the Chemist Warehouse for the bonus. Margin back out to 7. Make that 8. So just as the Pouākai came, they've gone again, down by 8.
Steph Bairstow with 6 points this quarter after scoring the opening bucket of the game.
Morrison. Pateman defensively good. Rabadi slips through that screen and he's held up there by Amy Pateman.
And that's the physicality with which the Kāhu are playing the entire game. And the mindset continues because they haven't been calling all these touch fouls, so expect them to stay aggressive, especially on those defensive roles.
Both teams have their BNZ player timeout. Keep an eye on it here. Dying seconds. Pouākai to use the clock. Cabillo inside, outside. That one well short, right on the buzzer, and that'll do for the opening half. 21-13. The Kāhu lead it by 8. Good signs all round after the opening 2 quarters.
Well, 9 points total scored in the opener, 25 in the second quarter, and it was a 17-8 Kāhu advantage in that one. Let's take a look at the stats brought to you by our lovely friends at Chemist Warehouse. Leading scorer in the game is Sean Rabadi, and she is carrying a heavy load, 10 of the 13 points. Just Cabillo with the triple in support. Bairstow leading the way for the Kāhu on the rebound side. Overall, that is a 6-5 advantage to the Pouākai. Vitalia Tuolave leading the way. Bairstow leading the way for the Kāhu again. 2 assists for Bairstow and Rotuno. And 1 apiece for quadruped Pouākai. No blocks. And on to the steals, quite a few for the Kāhu. 5, in fact, overall. 2 for Tessa Morrison in response for the Pouākai. But it's an 8-point lead right now as the Kāhu defensive effort really lifted, holding the Pouākai to just 41% from the field, and they forced 8 turnovers. That's a turnover a minute in the first half.
Kāhu shooting at 64% as well. Out by 8. 1 game already played in the Sky Broadband Rapid League this round. The Phi and the Pouākai on Thursday night. The Phi getting that by 7 points. Hoi Hoa and the Queens coming your way tomorrow on Sky Sport. Rapid League action from 2 p.m. and then from 3 p.m. GJ Gardner Holmes and the Tauihi. Both of those teams coming in off a loss.
As has been the case a few times this season, when those 2 teams meet that are both not in the best of form, who's been able to pick it up, who's able to find that razor's edge. The Queens have been a bit of a surprise to me. Their inconsistency this season, such a talented squad, and many times have had these big leads that, unfortunately for them, seem to go away down the stretch when the defenses get a little tighter.
Tamari Key set to return for the Ansco Tokomanoa Queens tomorrow afternoon. Has been out with an ankle injury. It's a handy inclusion.
Yeah, I think that's going to be helpful to have her come back with the size that she offers in that front court. Have not seen a lot of her, but it will be great to be able to get a fuller look of her at full strength.
So second half set to start here. BNZ Northern Kāhu leading by 8. Let's see if the Pouākai can get on a bit of a scoring run again. Cabillo. Manamaluga, nice little slip through by Rabadi. Already has 10 in the game. Left that one short.
I think the size of Bairstow coming over with the long left hand just bothered Rabadi a little bit. She short-armed it, tried to get it up quickly. Because of that, ball on the baseline instead of 2 points.
Cabillo to Morrison. Shot clock at 10 now. Tessa Morrison. Nice little hand in there by Rotuno. Stripped it away. Pateman picks it up. The youngster. Quickly up to Mary Goulding. Inside, look at the positioning of Bairstow here. Just too big and too strong.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that shot, just one she missed. But what a rad transition break the other way by the Pouākai. Timo getting a pass from Sean Rabati, not just scoring, dishing it as well.
Arguably best basket of the game for the Pouākai there. Pateman looking to respond, runs into a wall.
Rabati on the help from the weak side, but it was Manamuliga with the block. Tara got up from behind and smacked that one out of bounds.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Here comes the help defense. Nice work by the Pouākai. Goulding.
Pouākai playing well. Despite being down a little bit, they've recovered nicely. And ooh, unlucky, I think, on that one. Mary Goulding looks pretty clean from our angle.
Well, really, the one thing they need to clean up is the one thing that you mentioned through the Chemist Warehouse stats at halftime, Case, and that is just look after the rock.
Yeah, when you're down 6 and you've given up 8 turnovers, nearly 9 on that one, it's going to be difficult. Actually, they are up to 9 turnovers. Had one early here, so 9 turnovers and just a little under 11 minutes of play. That is difficult.
Just everything comes at you so quick, doesn't it, in this rapid league competition. Morrison. Nice little pass out. Ends up with Manamaluga. Look at the hustle from Rotuno. Now Maddie Timms for 3. Bang on target, just a little bit too deep.
Had to get that one off quickly as the shot clock was running down. Felt pretty good leaving the hand, just couldn't find the iron.
And now Timms with some pressure on Bairstow. Ledger Walker sweeps it in down low for Anderson on the turnaround, up and in.
I think she's been watching a bit of Steph Bairstow's game. That was a similar fader we saw from her earlier. Asia Anderson in the post with the high arcer to stretch this lead out to 8. Look at that shot. That is tough. Didn't really see the rim until she was well into her shooting motion and the ball about to leave her hand.
Got some real experience in this Kāhu Rapid League team, haven't they? Anderson, Ledger Walker, Bairstow, Goulding, Rotuno, just 20 years of age. Pateman at, 17 years of age, but a lot of experience around them. There's Bairstow going back to work.
She stays working too. Steph Bairstow looking for her 9th and 10th point from the Chemist Warehouse stripe now. And this will have her just about on her season average as the leading scorer in the competition, coming into the game of 12 points per game.
Been a really good season so far, halfway through for the Kāhu. 5-1 record here in the Rapid League, 5-1 record in Tauihi. They are top of the ladder in both competitions. Of course, every point matters. All points for and against in the Sky Broadband Rapid League get handed over to the same team in the Tauihi competition. So you've got to score and you've got to defend. Really important. Missed opportunities there, a little bit of holding on.
Vitalia Tuilave, I think a little frustrated on the miss with that foul afterwards. And this could quite possibly be unsportsmanlike. No play on the ball. Tuilave, good look there, doesn't get it, and goes to the hustle and just chucks Mary Goulding out of the way.
Well, we do have the benefit, of course, of the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. So the coin officials now are going to make the call, and there it is. They were right on the spot, and they've called it the same way, Case. Good call, well seen.
Not the, I mean, if we're being honest, not the most difficult intentional foul to see.
Not when you're right in front of the officials as well.
The two-hand are stripped to the ground. I appreciate a frustration foul of that ilk, though.
Tessa Morrison heads to the sidelines. Mary Goulding at the Chemist Warehouse off the back of this call. Puts that down. Effortless, really.
Looking smooth. Nice to see her getting her way back into shape. Did have that extended break that was pre-planned for her prior to signing, so She was the Kāhu always knew she was going to miss a bit of time, but fantastic piece to be bringing in to complete the puzzle here at the just about midway point of the season, which we will be at the midway point at the conclusion of this round, Justin.
We are, of course, 10-week season, then a couple of weeks of finals. Oh, that's interesting. No call there on Asia Anderson, and now contact off the ball. And that'll be against the Pouākai.
That's, yeah, Sean. Is that Vitalia Tolave again underneath? No, sorry, that's...
Might be Tafata, I think, yeah.
Sorry.
Amongst all of that, we're going to get a really good look at it here. Oh, and that's just the stop and prop and the two hands in the back.
Unlucky. Nice change of speed there by Goldie, making herself...
That's like pulling up in your car quickly on the freeway and the car from behind just keeps going.
That's not funny, Justin. I've kept that one off broadcast up to this point, but I am over a week now without a car.
Sorry about that.
You want to know what's most upsetting about it to me, Justin? I wasn't supposed to be on Hoop Heads that day.
No, you weren't. You're right.
Subbing in for somebody who called in and said they couldn't make it. And because of it, I lost my rear end of the car.
Goulding converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Just over a minute to play. Nice drive there, Lauren Tafata.
Like the aggression on the rim, unfortunate for the miss, but that's the mindset they need to continue with, especially down 13 with just 5 minutes to play.
Anderson with some space. Bairstow, look at her working inside. Pateman unable to convert. And a little bit of reaching there.
Foul there on that one. This could be the third personal foul on the Kāhu in the quarter, I believe so. So side on, we're going free throws.
Yeah, it is going to be free throws. Gone over to the bonus for the quarter. Looking forward to seeing Mackenzie Forbes and Talia Tapia locking horns again tonight.
Why are you looking forward to that one, Justin? What happened last time?
It was spicy last time those two stars lined up on each other.
So what do you think is going to happen? Is Mackenzie Forbes going to back off a little bit? Or my guess, the sniping starts early.
I think it's going to start early as well. I just do not see Mackenzie Forbes not going out there and having a crack. But let's not forget, when these two teams met last time, the Kāhu got home by 26. Forbes was held to 7 points. Tapia had 29.
Pouākai overall, I believe it was 20 or 48 points total. Fantastic defensive effort by the Kāhu in that matchup.
Ledger Walker with the setup. Anderson couldn't finish. Ledger Walker, great little knockback to Bairstow. That deserved a big finish.
And Crystal Ledger Walker is just so ball aware. Almost like a grandmaster in chess, knows where all the pieces are on the board at all times. Doesn't have to sneak a glance because she's already aware.
I reckon one of the big days for New Zealand women's basketball will come in the future when the three Ledger Walker sisters get to play.
Well, that'll be good fun.
Together in Tauihi. Yeah, it's going to be a really good moment for the game.
4 seconds on the shot clock.
Manamaluga needs to do something, sends it to the corner. Tafata in and out with the three. Oh, getting it back underneath. Nice work by Tuilave.
Rabati's working hard. Golding and Rabati are going at it now.
Golding's just gone to the floor as well.
She tried to sell that one. She tried to throw her body into Rabati, and she's going to lose that battle.
Ledger Walker with 5 seconds on the clock. Can't convert. A lot of grappling underneath again, and just a little bit going on right now, late in the third.
That's not a good foul. 0.5 seconds on the shot clock, sending Rabati to the free throw line. Have to be a little bit more aware of that, but the game within the game is starting to get a little grindy. And, both teams, I think, have had their fill of the physicality up to this point.
And I reckon both coaches know it at the moment as well. Josh Thompson, there he is. Leanne Walker, he's up closer to our commentary end, and they're both off their seats, both pacing the sidelines and having a conversation. Josh Thompson might have been having a conversation with the TV camera at one stage there as well. Not sure that the cameraman down there can do much to help you out, by the way.
You never know.
Rabati at the Chemist Warehouse.
That was her first point of the second half, and now her second. And then a little jersey grab with Mary Golding.
And the Kāhu.
See that hard box out on that free throw, by the way?
I did, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a good one tonight in the GJ Gardner Homes at Tauihi. These two teams, a win apiece so far this season. And they are going to go into battle again later on tonight here on the North Shore. And as you've just mentioned, Casey, not a lot of love lost.
The pace took a step back, half step back in that third quarter. After that 25-point second quarter, 13 points scored that one. The Kāhu with a 7-6 advantage. The only quarter they've lost is the first one here today. And the stats leading the way, the Kāhu, the shooting percentage is over 50 in the first half, down to 43 overall. For the Pouākai, down to 31% now. Two teams shooting well from the free throw line at 85% for the Kāhu, 100% for the Pouākai. I wouldn't expect anything else. As we just giving everybody a chance for a ticket to the big game.
Yeah, of course, this comes up every time during a BNZ player timeout. We haven't had one yet in this game so far with a quarter to play. BNZ, of course, is invested in basketball. And thanks to BNZ, there will be a giveaway of 5,000 tickets to school groups, sports groups and community groups to come along and see a Tauihi game this season. Scan that QR code on screen, fill out your group's details and grab your tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ. What a fantastic initiative, and they are inspiring the next generation of hoopers.
You got to see it to be it. I mean, there are a lot of young girls across the country, I think, that are coming up to see some high-quality basketball and inspiring that next generation who's going to be coming up quickly.
So 9 in this with a quarter to play. Kāhu have made all the running. Pouākai, we know how good they are on a comeback. A little bit of work to do here. 4-minute quarters in the Rapid League. Pateman, first sign of her tonight. Handy little step back there to her left and got it back.
Well, she did have that triple in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. On debut, another young star coming out of this region. Anderson may have drawn a foul there in the end. She has.
Bucket does not count, but she'll get the ball on the baseline, calling it on the pass. I think Anderson a little bit unlucky there. I thought she was going for the shot, but a beautiful find by Crystal Ledger-Walker. Tough angle to complete that pass, but the exact right amount of strength put to it to get there.
Oh, don't leave Steph Bairstow alone. Dodged a bullet there, the Pouākai. Speaking of the young talent in this region, Casey, having a look at Amy Pateman for the first time tonight. The 3 emergencies named for the Kāhu this evening: Cody Williams-Sefor, Bailey Flavel, Tanika Ledger-Walker. There's some good talent.
That sounds like the future to me. In some ways sounds like the past with the Flavels and the Ledger Walkers. But it's all connected.
Cabillo, Morrison, Tuilave. Pass just wasn't good there for her. Pateman now on the drive, getting busy, and she draws contact off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Well, doing an excellent job of just not picking up that dribble until somebody stops her. She gets such a deep penetration off transition. By the time she picks it up, it's going to be difficult to get her from going, and Vitalia Tuilave gets her hand caught in the cookie jar there.
Nice little in-out dribble and some aggression here. Amy Pateman at the Chemist Warehouse. First one is a miss. GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi coming your way, 7:30 p.m. local time here in New Zealand.
It's past my bedtime, Justin.
You are an early riser. Ledger-Walker left all alone for 3, and that is not what you want to be doing.
Cash that. Well, this is what you want to be doing if you're Crystal Ledger-Walker. I mean, she's a reluctant scorer at the best of times, but even she couldn't pass that one up.
Defensive lapse by the Pouākai. Tafata on the move off the glass.
Tafata's had a couple of nice moves today, and that's the first one that was rewarded with a bucket. Like the turn of speed to get there, coming off that handoff onto the left hand, and was able to swap it over before a little bit of contact, sends her off to the Chemist Warehouse.
Lauren Tafata out of Taranaki. New Plymouth native, spent 2022 with the Tokomanawa Queens. Still very much a youngster in the game. And she converts from the Chemist Warehouse. Margin back to 9, time running out though. 2.5 to play in the game. Anderson has been pretty well held tonight, hasn't she?
She hasn't. They've been running most of the stuff through Bairstow, but Anderson on the backdoor cut makes herself available again for another trip to the Chemist Warehouse.
Just a tireless worker, Asia Anderson.
Does have 4 points on the evening so far. A rebound, 2 assists.
Chemist Warehouse stats, Kāhu 7 steals, Pouākai with 3. Those 11 turnovers for the Southerners have been costly. 14 points the Kāhu have scored from those turnovers.
And that is the difference in the game, just 9 points right now. If the Pouākai were able to just take a little bit care of the basketball, they would have certainly been in position to grab a win here. As it is, they're going to have to pull off a minor miracle to get themselves back in that position.
Fantastic step through, Tara Manamaluga.
Really nice finish. Big steps there at the end and still able to get some elevation. So she's able to finish with ease.
Here's Bairstow on that step back. So deadly.
Oh, halfway down. Thought she was going to reach double figures with that one, but unlucky on the bounce.
Just not sure how physics work when I see a shot miss like that.
Let's be honest, Justin. You don't know how the physics work if you don't see a shot that works like that.
I don't have to be at a game of basketball. You're right. Okay. Oh, and that goes down for Manamaluga as well. Back-to-back baskets.
Back-to-back baskets with aggression on the rim. And minor miracle. I may have spoke too soon because just a 2-possession game now before Manamaluga heads to the stripe for a couple of, one attempt from the Chemist Warehouse.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
1:41 to play.
Always a chance.
Here's Manamaluga. Puts that one down.
A turnover here would be helpful, but a stop is all that's needed. Plenty of time left.
Ratuno. So quick, isn't she? Turnover, midcourt, Rabati. She's got the run of Manamaluga, runs into Bairstow, and that was enough to put her off. Kāhu get it back.
Rabati, Crystal Ledger-Walker having a laugh about who knocked the ball out of bounds. Rabati positive it was Crystal Ledger-Walker. I want to talk about Bairstow and her defensive prowess. That's a few times today. She's taken away what looked like a surefire layup and turned it into a possession for her own team, doing it on both ends.
Well, that would have brought it back to 3.
That would have. Would have been a 1-possession game, but the hustle to get back in on that 2-on-1 break.
Cabillo with the foul, and that is going to be bonus shots here for the Kāhu. Leanne Walker just in front of us, Casey, putting the instructions out there to Crystal Ledger-Walker. Ratuno misses that.
Keeping that door slightly open with 1:15 here in the 4th quarter of the Rapid League. It doesn't matter if she makes or misses this one, will still just be a 2-possession game.
Second one down. BNZ player timeouts alive for both teams.
Looks like she's going back to the cup.
Morrison with some space. Goulding with the closeout. Morrison kicks it out nicely to Timms. That doesn't go down. Ledger-Walker rebound. And she's got a runner. Mary Goulding just took off. Nobody saw her, and that'll just about do it.
I mentioned the awareness of Crystal Ledger-Walker previously. Huge rebound. And then the pass to get the wide open assist as Manamaluga misses the desperation triple.
Crystal Ledger-Walker taking over in the last 20 seconds. All the experience. Ratuno, corner, Anderson, Goulding, they get it back. And surely they use the clock here. Shot clock at 9.
Too fast.
Dazzling, isn't she? Ledger-Walker for 3. Contact on the rebound. That'll be against Mary Goulding. And she'll go, or she'll send the Pouākai to the Chemist Warehouse stripe.
Yeah, you love the aggression, you love the activity, but it's not as required late in the game, up 8. And the only thing that can really help the Pouākai is the clock to stop and being sent off to the Chemist Warehouse. Sean Rabadi, a chance to cut it back to 6 with a couple of makes here.
Up to 13 now tonight, Case.
He's really been dominant at times in the Rapid League, and it's transferred over into Tauihi. He's had some huge games, including the fourth quarter last week against the Queens, which was really influential late.
I'll tell you what, just after that shot as well, Mary Goulding and Sean Rabadi having a few words. Of course, Mary Goulding, a former Pouākai player.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter between those two today, a lot of physicality as well.
Rotuno crosses the midway, doubled. Ledger Walker backs it out. Bairstow on the attack. And there's another little soft foul in there. Not a lot in that.
Well, I expect we'll see a Pouākai player timeout on the other end of these free throws, whether or not Bairstow makes or misses. And, pretty good feeling that Bairstow will be back in double figures after this. Hits the first. That's 10 points for her now. 10 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists for Bairstow.
Had a wonderful season, hasn't she, in the Rapid League? Second one down. Maddie Timms does call that BNZ player timeout. So the Pouākai will get to advance off the back of this, and that means you have a chance to grab your phones out right now and scan that QR code. BNZ wants to inspire the next generation of basketballers, and with thanks to BNZ, there will be a giveaway of 5,000 tickets to groups, sports groups, community groups, all sorts of groups. Get them together. Schools, plenty of groups at schools,
lots
isn't
of
it?
groups. It's great to see BNZ invested in basketball both today and tomorrow. So important.
Get your group together, come along and see a Tauihi game. QR code right there. And now we're going to get one back the other way. So you can talk a little bit more about your group.
My group. Your group? Whose group? I'm sure I can find somebody. I don't know if I qualify as charity, though. I've tried many a time in my life to qualify as charity, but there is still an opportunity to get your ticket to the big game, all thanks to BNZ. Their commitment to basketball, their commitment to that next generation of hoopers.
Well, we saw some mini basketballers. In fact, they're overstanding behind the Pouākai bench at the moment. That's one group that's come in with thanks to BNZ here tonight. Not sure that you want to stand behind the opposition bench.
Yeah, it's all fun. They're having a great time.
Ticket to the big game. What a fantastic initiative with thanks to BNZ. Here we go, dying seconds, and they will get a shot here, or will they? Bairstow takes it from that corner, unable to finish. Maybe not sure Lily Rotuno. She stuck to the plan, stuck to the play.
She stuck to the play. I think the play was that drag screen, that hammer action into the fade for the corner for Bairstow. Rotuno unselfishly gives up the layup to create for her teammates, but unsuccessful. So we stay at 37-29. The score, or the final result, was never in doubt. As we take a look at the stats, thanks to Chemist Warehouse, Sean Rabadi leads scoring the game with 14. Steph Bairstow joins her late in double figures with 11. Manamulega and Rotuno both with 7 in support. On the glass, a 17-19 advantage from the Kāhu. Steph Bairstow with 8 of those, 5 for Sean Rabadi, both players at the top of the stat sheet in both categories. Assist Steph Bairstow again, and Sean Rabadi again. Do it all players, touching every aspect of it. Vitalia Tuolave and Tara Manamulega with the 2 blocks in the game, and there's the steals, and this was the difference. The activity of the Kāhu, forcing those turnovers, keeping the Pouākai from getting comfortable at any point in that Rapid League ball game.
So the Kāhu get home by 8. They move to 6-1 on the season. Pouākai to 3-5. All eyes ahead now for tonight's GJ Gardner-Holmes game between the BNZ Northern Kāhu and the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. 2 teams on the floor warming up as we speak. Coming up after the break, we'll have a look at some of the best bits of GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi, and then we're straight back to the North Shore, 7:30 p.m. local time for tonight's big game. We'll see you then.
Counting down the tip-off here very soon. As you can see on screen there, thanks to Unley Marquee, two very lucky people will be upgraded to the Kāhu VIP couch. Keep an ear out for, if that is you, you'll be courtside for the match. Next, thanks once again to Unley Marquee and Ben Hyde. Very soon we're going to be welcoming out both teams to the floor. And for us, BBNZ Kāhu, we've got the Newport front line on board. We've got Milford School as well. Part of the Kāhu squad tonight. We've got the Class guy. They're going to be channeling a bit of energy up top as well. Working for the defense chance. Let's go Kāhu chance and everything. Steps up again for the Tauihi game. That's coming away very soon. Alright, we're just ready for our team announcements. Teams to the benches, please. For team announcements, we're going to welcome them all. Our T4, Drummers and Milford School as well for your home squad. Alright, have we got any fans here? Oh, the Pro Bull right here, Mainland Pouākai, let me hear if you've come out tonight. One or two out there. Let's welcome out, sitting up tonight, we see these girls earlier on. Number 1, Tessa Morrison. Number 2, Tara Manumaleunga. Number 4, Vitalia Tuolave. Number 6, Lauren Tempaka. In 8 tonight, Abby Cavillo. Number 11, Shana Rabadi. Backing 30, Maddington. And the starting 5 for the visitors, the Mainland Pouākai. 0, Mackenzie Ford. Number 3, Michaela Kang. Number 5, Hayden Reinau. Number 13, Isra McGoldrick. And 22, Cassandra Brown. Head coach Paul Flynn, looking at hands on the screen with Josh Thompson, Sam Watkins, Sam Jenkins. Ladies and gentlemen, your Pro Bulls, ITM Mainland Pouākai, the visitors. All right, folks, are you ready to welcome your BBNZ Mainland Kāhu? He's rocking the drum line out. And also give a hand for Milford School. Let's get it on. Number 2, Lily Rotuno. Body around here. Next up, number 6. Make some noise for Crystal Ledger Walker. Number 7, Stephanie Bairstow. Number 8 for the USA, Megan Smalley. Making their first appearance tonight for Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, Kāhu. Number 10, Amy Payton. Number 27, always reliable, under the bucket, Aisha Anderson. Returning tonight in 56, please welcome Mary Goulding. And are you ready open for your starters? BBNZ Northern Kāhu. Number 4, Tauihi Number 11, from Perth, WA, Tauihi Foster. We find them out. One of the stars around here, number 20, Chevy Palmer. The highest scorer in league history. Please welcome Marie Thomas. And your captain, number 12, Vanina Davidson. How about this one? Kāhu Lagi. And the coaching dream team, Jody Cameron, assisted by Leanne Walker, Justine Reed. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your BBNZ Kāhu. Let's get it on. So over 10 minutes ago to tip off here. Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa, represented by GJ Garno. Don't forget, as we do each home game here, miss twice, free slice. How that works? If any of the Pouākai players miss both of their free throws, it's your offer. Everyone here at Eventfinda Stadium gets a free slice of sales of the New York pizza tomorrow. Buy one, get one free with the cheese. All my favourite, pepperoni. We're going to be nice and loud during the free throws for that.
Basketball is a movie and every game is a blockbuster.
This season is alive!
E for exciting, entertaining, energy and epic. Tauihi Basketball, rated E.
To the bone. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone.
Kia ora e whānau, nā mai, hana mai, hello and welcome to Eventfinda Stadium on the north shore of Auckland. Round 6 action coming your way tonight. GJ Gardner Homes, Tauihi, BNZ Northern Kāhu up against the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. I hope you're well wherever you may be watching right around the world. Of course, Sky Sport in New Zealand, ESPN in the United States and FIBA YouTube globally. Justin Nelson, Casey Frank with you. Great to see you, Case. Second half of the season, not too far away. Here's the mixandpick.com poll. And at the moment, everything coming up roses for the Kāhu with 82% of the vote.
Well, look at that. Over 52% of the crowd think they're going to be the big win today. And after the last time that the Pouākai came, I could see why you could think that, but I expect today's game is going to have a little bit of a different twinge to it. These are two teams with a little bit of dislike to one another, and a Pouākai squad that, while a little bit up and down throughout the season, can play great basketball when they're focused.
They have clashed already twice this season, the Pouākai winning in Christchurch, and of course the Kāhu here on this floor just a couple of weeks ago, getting home by 26 points. It was a barnstorming win, wasn't it? Let's have a look at the ladder in Tauihi. Kāhu 5-1 on the season. Pouākai sitting in third, 3-4, took down the Queens last week. And they are the only team, by the way, to have beaten the Kāhu. But their form, it should be said, on the road has not been as good. They went down on Thursday night to the Phi in Tauranga by 20. They'll be looking for a bounce back here.
Yeah, they will. Tough matchup against the Phi squad that's a bit rejuvenated, especially coming off that big win the Pouākai had against Tokomanawa on their home court the round before. But the key for the Pouākai for me is to come out strong early, don't get in a big hole like they have been wanted to do lately.
Games coming up, Hoiho and the Queens tomorrow from the Deep South, Rapid League at 2. Tauihi at 3, join us for that. And then round 7 tips off next Thursday night. What a game. We always look forward to the Kāhu and the Queens locking horns, and that is coming your way Thursday night from Eventfinda. If you haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you grab them. Those two never disappoint. Pouākai at home next Friday night to the Phi.
And a bit of a different schedule. No Saturday game next week, but Thursday, Friday, Sunday, keeping it fresh.
Does mean we've got a Saturday night off, by the way.
Somebody's going to be excited, not our wives.
Let's have a look at the Pouākai starters for this one. Forbes, Khan, Rynell, McGoldrick, and great to see Cassandra Brown back on court. The coaches, Paul Flynn, Forbes and Tapia matching up tonight. That is going to be a ding-dong battle.
It's a good thing it was Guy Fox's last round, because I think we're expecting a few more fireworks tonight.
Ezra McGoldrick's been in a little bit of form. Let's go and have a chat with the star Kiwi forward. Here's Ezra McGoldrick.
Ezra, coming up against the Kāhu today, a team you've had some success against, but a tough one last time out here in Auckland. Coming up against a team that's so good offensively, how do you hope to contain some of their best weapons?
Yeah, I think we just need to make sure we clean up a little bit on the O-boards, like make sure we're boxing out, keeping them off the glass, and pushing it on transition, and just, going with what works on offense as well, yeah.
Well, you mentioned the rebounds there, which is pretty fortuitous because you're 8 rebounds short of setting a record, an aspect of the game you've committed yourself to and you've really improved over the last few years. What is it about the rebounding game for you that you've been able to improve and have so much more success at?
Yeah, I think it's just you get a lot from those second chance points, so making sure that I'm on the guard, I'm boards helping my teammates out, a little goes a long way, so yeah.
Well, you mentioned it there, Casey, Ezra McGoldrick. If she does get 8 rebounds tonight, she goes past Zoe Richards as the all-time leading rebounder in Tauihi. Mind you, Zoe Richards has a very good chance to take that back tomorrow afternoon.
There could be some back and forth. But it's always nice to see players from different teams getting themselves up there in the record books, as Amari Thomas did a round ago as the leading scorer all-time in Tauihi.
Speaking of Amari Thomas, there she is, one of the starters tonight for the BNZ Northern Kāhu, Tapaya, Forster, Davidson, Palvast, and the star Amari Thomas. Her mum is in town. You and I just had a chat with her a short time ago. She's in town for a couple of weeks to see Amari in action. And what better way to get tonight underway than to catch up with the star? She is the leading all-time scorer in Tauihi. Here's Amari Thomas.
Amari, here we are again against the Pouākai, a team that you, let's be honest, pretty much smacked the last time they were on this court, really held them down defensively. Against a team you've had so much success against, what's the mindset of the team coming in to get yourselves back on that Rangers edge?
It's a new game, so we have to come in ready, know that they're going to be ready, and just play our game. Starts on the defensive end for us, and offense will follow.
Well, your game contains buckets, many of them, up to 500 points to be exact, all-time leading scorer in Tauihi. A nice accomplishment. You probably haven't thought about it a lot yet, but what does it mean to you to be in this young, burgeoning competition and going to be in the record books for quite some time? I'm
blessed and grateful, to say I'm the first to ever do it, and my teammates have really helped in that. I mean, somebody has to pass me the ball, so credit to them.
What a star she is, Amari Thomas. Let's have a look at the Chemist Warehouse head-to-head for this one tonight here on the North Shore, the Kāhu and the Pouākai. And some really interesting stats here when we talk team steals and free throw attempts in particular from the Chemist Warehouse. I mean, we are talking top of the tree, bottom of the trunk.
Yeah, those free throws have a lot to do with the aggressiveness and total scoring ability of this Kāhu squad. The team steals, obviously an aggressive team. The Pouākai need to find a way to lower their turnovers. This Kāhu team, as good as they are offensively, better on the defensive side of the basketball, I think. Interesting on those three-point attempts, but very few teams are as efficient as the Kāhu. They lead the league in three-point percentage on those 21 attempts per game at that 38.1%. That's the top two three-point shooting teams in the league. Coming into the round, the Pouākai dipped a little bit against the Phi after a tough night a couple nights ago.
Chemist Warehouse head-to-head right there. Of course, the Pouākai did get a win in Christchurch against the Kāhu, the only team to take down the Kāhu this season. Michaela Can had 26 points in that game. But it's not just Michaela Can travelling around New Zealand this season. It is the Can clan. There's plenty of them. Let's catch up with her now. Here's the Aussie point guard, Michaela Can.
Well, Michaela, coming up against a Kāhu team that you've had some success against and some not as successful appearances against them. But as a squad, the Pouākai really coming from behind, sometimes getting that early hole. What do you think the key is there to reversing that tonight?
Yeah, I think honestly just locking down on the defensive end and making sure that we're setting the tone, doing the little things from the start. We're obviously very capable because we can turn it on. We've proven that we can do it through turning it on and coming back. But yeah, making sure that we get that good start on the defensive end.
And one of the things on social, everybody's interested in who are these kids that are hanging around the Pouākai squad. Your youngest daughter has been a little Instagram famous previously here on and onto the court, but how has that juggle been this season over here without a lot of help trying to take care of 3 children and all the basketball?
Yeah, honestly, first of all, I do have a lot of help. I've got 10 new aunties over here who take them on, and they're honestly so helpful. Obviously, it's a big move for us. It's a big move for them, especially emotionally, coming away from home. But I say to my husband all the time, they're little warriors. Like, they just come along for the ride. They're growing up so quickly, and I just love that they're a part of this environment and growing up in this space. It's exciting for me as a mum.
I have total respect, Case. Total respect for Michaela Can with the 3 young ones here in New Zealand with her as well. I've seen you trying to look after your 2.
No, not very well. But Michaela, as she mentioned, she does have all the aunties on the Pouākai squad now. And you see it even before the games, different players taking turns saying hi to the kids. Those kids have to go everywhere with them because Michaela doesn't have the husband around right now. But the aunties are coming through in full effect to make sure those kids are well taken care of.
Point officials, Ryan Jones, Danielle Cooge, Sam McVadzine with the whistles tonight. And we are just about set to go here at Eventfinda Stadium. Round 6 action. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi, Ryan Jones to get us underway. Kāhu in the blue, Pouākai in the red. Strap yourselves in. Saturday night action. And we are set to go underway. Opening possession to go the way of the BNZ Northern Kāhu.
Always interested to see how the Kāhu start off. Are they going to try and get Tauihi Basketball off early, or are they going to go straight to the post?
Davidson, here comes the sharpshooter. Tauihi gave it up on the pass.
That was a nice play, but good help there coming across to make it a tough catch for Penina Davidson.
Forbes to Rynell on the run. Michaela Can inside, outside, set and forget. That one won't go down for Cassandra Brown.
Good pace for the Pouākai, though. You like to see them coming out aggressive, getting that ball from side to side, making the defense of the Kāhu work early in this one.
Forster to Tauihi. There's that matchup. Forbes all over her straight away. There was a lot between those two last time they met. Expect a lot of spice tonight, and maybe the early win there for Mackenzie Forbes.
Tauihi Basketball, I think, settled for that one. Early in the game, she does tend to feel her way into things before she starts to decide how she really wants to dissect that defensive activity.
Well, good hand in there from Tauihi, knocked it out of the hands of Rynell, and now Talia Tauihi to the basket, and she misses the little bunny on the run. Good hand, Brown in front of Palvast, and here come the Pouākai. No score in this one yet. Ezra McGoldrick on the reverse.
Good hustle by defensives on both ends. On one side it was Haley Rynell, on the other side it was Amari Thomas hustling back to dissuade layups.
Forbes for three, goes deep on the iron. She's been in a bit of form the last couple of weeks, Mackenzie Forbes. WNBA drafted player to the LA Sparks. Davidson, Rynell with the job there.
Oh, there's the high-low action the Kāhu like so much.
Amari Thomas, opening points for her tonight, opening points of the game. Welcome to Mum, who's in town. What a way to see her daughter start this one.
Nothing special about the play. Amari Thomas says, oh, Penina's got it in the high post. I'm going to go to the low post because I know she's going to deliver it for two.
So good to watch, isn't it?
Oh, they have such a great connection. Excellent passers, excellent scorers, especially out of that high-low action.
Tanil Khan, nowhere to go. Puts it up, can't put it in. Brown on the offensive glass. She gets it to go. Opening points now for the Pouākai.
Such an active player, Cassandra Brown. Really does a nice job of staying kinetic, never stops moving. That dynamism that time gets her that offensive rebound putback.
Averaging 7 rebounds a game. Here's Penina Davidson on the reverse.
Well, a week ago we saw Penina Davidson miss a couple of bunnies early. Never really found that touch, but first play, aggressive on the rim, right at Haley Rynell for two.
Great footwork, wasn't it? Rynell, step back. And the scoring's just opened up last couple of times down the floor.
Well, that's really good help from Chloe Forrester there. She came over and made it a difficult catch, but a nice bit of skill by Rynell on the fadeaway, just too tall for Forrester.
4 apiece. Fantastic defensive work there by McGoldrick. They've got some runners here. Should finish end to end. The Pouākai Brown.
Brown with the threading of the needle on that pass. All started by Ezra McGoldrick with the steal and the save to get that transition activity going.
On song early, another strip midcourt picked up by Rynell. She's going to have to get her own points here. She can't.
And those are the kind of buckets that you really got to get early for the Pouākai.
Tauihi, step around Brown, needs some help. Comes in the form of Davidson. Nice little hand there by McGoldrick.
Now, a little surprised Tauihi didn't shoot that one early. The unselfishness ends up costing the Kāhu. What a pass!
Forbes to McGoldrick.
Oh, they are fired up. The Pouākai are feeling it. Mackenzie Forbes letting out some emotion after the behind-the-back pass into the post for McGoldrick's two.
Sweet, wasn't it? Pouākai coming off that 20-point loss on Thursday night to the Phi. Looking for a response here this evening. Tauihi has had nearly all 5 players play on her at some stage already here tonight. And in the end, it's going to be a violation. Shot clock.
Even though the Pouākai had possession at the end of that shot was in the air as that goes off. So there we take another look at the beautiful behind-the-back dime. Dimage to McGoldrick down low, who gets the kiss off the glass to stay at this 4-point lead.
Well, that would just be a handling error for me, Case. It was a great pass, wasn't it, Mackenzie Forbes? Here's Michaela Can, tucks it under the wing, gets it back, goes again. Loose ball, picked up. Brown in and out.
Well, I think the Kāhu have a game on their hands today. The Pouākai playing with great pace despite playing a couple of nights ago.
Who's the foul going to be on here? Forbes, it looked really clean in front. Foul is going to be on Mackenzie Forbes. Well, her defensive effort there looked totally clean. I thought maybe it was on Cassandra Brown. Let's have a look. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Watch Forbes come in.
Tough to see from there. Maybe a little bit of hand. It happens pretty quickly, but Mackenzie Forbes certainly thought it was the other way. Surprising when a player thinks they didn't foul.
There's Thomas. At the Chemist Warehouse, the Californian first one goes down.
How awesome for her mom to be able to make that first trip down here to New Zealand here in her second year. Got a couple weeks in, and then the weather's been nice for her and gets to see Amari get some buckets early.
Forbes to Khan, picked off by Davidson. Quickly up the floor, Palvast inside to Thomas.
You love the speed with which they're playing, but just need to a half second of patience there. Let Amari Thomas get that fantastic position before you chuck it in, but Palvast is really trying to get it to her early to beat the defense.
Good battle early, isn't it? Here's McGoldrick, loves a three from the corner. That one too long. Tapia reaches up, drags it down. Forster now. The West Australian sends it back to Davidson. That's a rare shot from distance for her.
Everybody with the Kāhu, when we hear Coach Jody Cameron out there telling her team to settle and talk. Those are the two things that she's telling her team from the sideline right now. Settle down a little bit on offense, talk on defense.
Rynell can't convert.
Davidson, I think, pretty fortunate to see that one miss. Rynell's got some accuracy from deep when she has that kind of space.
Great defensive start by the Pouākai tonight. They've held the Kāhu to just 5 points in 6 minutes. Forster surrounded. Davidson now singles out Rynell off the glass. Tough basket.
Oh, really difficult scoring there. The Pouākai making it so tough. This is a different Pouākai squad than we saw a couple nights ago against the Five. They're playing with a lot more intensity.
Well, you called that game, Case.
I did, and the speed of the Five was really causing the Pouākai trouble. The Kāhu haven't been able to cause the same issues yet in this game.
Rynell now going back the other way on Davidson. Oh, maybe just coming down. Penina Davidson, not a lot in that.
Yeah, I thought she played excellent defense and looked like she had closed the gap with her body, still staying upright on Rynell on that little fadeaway. Take another look at it. Rynell gets in there.
Oh,
pretty clean from there. Nonetheless, Rynell off to the Chemist Warehouse for two.
Maybe fortuitously.
And this could be big in this game. If the Pouākai, who are to the free throw line for the first time, can stay pretty even with the Kāhu, just get there almost like it's a parade. They continue to go possession after possession, but if they can maintain a closeness in this area of the game, I think it could mean that they'll be hanging around for the majority of it.
And they don't miss too many opportunities, do they, from the Chemist Warehouse?
Had a perfect game this season from the arc, over 20 attempts as well.
They lead by 3 again. Tall Timbers working together for the Kāhu. Forster with the miss. Brown reaches up, drags it down, and here they go, the Pouākai. Confident start tonight. Mackenzie Forbes, Tapia right there with her. Tanil Khan wide open for 3. That one looked flattened.
Oh, the three-point shot not going for the Pouākai right now. 0 for 6 now in the first quarter.
Forster ran out of room. Davidson was there. Rebound, Rynell, great hand.
Man, she is really leaving her cylinder to rebound. And look at her running the lane, creating opportunities for her teammates behind her.
Forbes for 3.
This pace. Can the Pouākai maintain this pace for 40 minutes? That's my big question coming towards the end of this first quarter, because they are putting a lot into it early.
It is up and back, isn't it? Amari Thomas, she's seen enough.
Post up from 17. Just let's settle down, get me the rock, I'll get it to the box, and we'll count it for 2.
Fantastic work from the star, Amari Thomas. Margin back to 1. Corner 3 is off for Rabadi. Forster quickly up the floor. A lot of players looking for a break here right now. Thomas to Palvast, to Paya.
Nice hand by Forbes there to knock it loose. Still 7 on the shot clock.
Talia to Paya. Dumps it in to Davidson for 2.
Well, that's how they started the game, the high on ball. The first time Davidson couldn't get there.
And again, that rim running by Hayley Rynell, so quick up the floor.
I mean, absolutely part of the game plan, the way with which she's pushing. And she's a little blowed. She could definitely use a little bit of a break after the kind of effort she's been putting in for the first 8.5 minutes.
Well, there's only been 2 fouls called. There's hardly been a whistle in this game. Tapia, this time wrapped up. And now finally, look at the hands on hips out there amongst the players.
Talia Tupaya goes to Ryan Jones in the baseline and has something to say to him. And he comes back, and he's in their huddle right now, the official, Ryan Jones, talking to Tupaya, saying, let's keep those kind of comments to yourself.
Well, Ryan Jones is one of those coin officials that if you are going to have a word with him, you can expect him to have an answer.
He's just one of them? I thought most of them, all of them came back to me back in the day.
Well, he is certainly an official that demands a bit of respect.
Well, and it also takes a little bit of confidence for an official, I think, to be able to get in the back and forth with the player.
Definitely.
Especially when you're talking about a former MVP who can be very forthcoming in her opinions.
A little bit chippy. There she is at the Chemist Warehouse. First one is good. Second one in and out. Davidson did well there.
Had Thomas underneath, couldn't quite see her.
Chance to take the lead. Ledger Walker. Davidson sends it out through the hands of Palvas. Look out, Amari Thomas.
Oh, I love the ball movement. I love the unselfishness with which the Kāhu are playing, spinning that ball around and attacking the glass. Doing an excellent job. That's got to be a block on Tupaya.
It will be. Kāhu take the lead with 1:03 to play in this first quarter. Good crowd building up here tonight at Eventfinda. One game to come in round 6 tomorrow afternoon. We head down to Dunedin in the deep south. Southern Hoi Ho to take on the Ansco Tokomanawa Queens. Rapid League from 2 p.m. Tauihi from 3 p.m. local time. Rynell runs in to Davidson.
That was very similar to the first activity between those two of the game where Davidson got called for the foul. That time she gets the block cleanly.
Tapia goes inside. Oh, look out, Amari Thomas. Nice block in there. McGoldrick once, twice. No, there's a hand.
And the Kāhu just starting to assert themselves in the physicality department. Right now on the offensive glass, these second chance opportunities are deadly for a team that isn't super deep. The Pouākai essentially goes 6 deep. They're going to play Sean Rabati off the bench. And these players, and that's basically going to be their 6. Not a lot of other activity can you expect from this squad throughout the game. No one else has touched the court yet so far this evening.
Kāhu shooting 6 of 13 at 46%. Pouākai have had 6 more shots in the game, 5 of 19 at 26%. Thomas moves up to 8 points in this opening quarter.
What's been impressive by the Pouākai is they've forced 5 turnovers already in the first quarter.
Just haven't been able to land these long shots so far.
9 from deep now.
Really has been telling, hasn't it? Margin at 3, 20 seconds to play. Feels like this first quarter's gone so quick. Tapia and Brown are all wrapped up at the moment.
There's a lot of grindiness between Tupaya and her defenders.
Thomas has dominated this opening quarter.
She is saying, Mama Griselda's in the house, and I'm going to the rack for 2. Time and time again. 7 points so far, looking for 8 and 9 here. Rabati really defending her tightly, which you have to do with Thomas because she's a good shooter, but gave her the space to rip through and get to the cup.
8 points, 4 rebounds already for Thomas. She converts yet again. 78% this season from the Chemist Warehouse.
Pouākai don't have a 5th player in here on the offensive glass. If this is a miss, the Kāhu are going to get it.
Dying seconds. Last shot of the opening quarter, surely for the Pouākai. Can pulls up, and there it is. Another miss from long range, and that has been the tale of the opening quarter here tonight. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi, Kāhu lead this one by 5.
come around. They've been practicing in the back. Come on back. First one to shoot gets the big prize. Here we go. Let's count them down, folks, from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We go. Oh, got a right one there, but no worry, you've done it. First shot to get back. Bang. Wow, first time. We'll keep going now. Let's end because there is a prize as well. Minor one for a second. Right. Nice work. Danica is our champion. Let's hear it for Danica. And thanks to Chiche Kāhu. Couple of prizes here. Is our runner-up. Danica coming around, and we've got some goodies there. Girls got game, and thanks also to Chiche Kāhu as well for that one. Counting down to the second quarter. Great stuff for your team.
Score here tonight, quarter time. Kāhu lead it by 5. Pouākai have had 6 more shots in the game, but just struggling from range.
It has been tough from range, and it's tough from range for your kids playing basketball at a lower level. You got to level up your coaching game with CoachMate. It is a fantastic initiative brought by CoachMate, a Kiwi company in Basketball New Zealand, to make it easier to deliver fun, engaging, organized coaching sessions. If you're a parent, caregiver, or anyone else coaching your kid's sporting team, or a teacher coaching kids in the school setting, CoachMate is for you. Scan that QR code and download the free app. Did I mention free?
Free.
Or you could go to www.coachmate.sport to find out more. Fantastic app to help you coach those kids. We'll talk a little bit more about it later.
It is an absolute ripper. It's underway. Foul there. Penina Davidson. Let's talk about the shooting of the Pouākai in that first quarter, because it has been their Achilles heel so far tonight.
Well, you'll love the pace. 21 shots in the quarter. Fantastic effort there, but just 5 makes and 0 for 9 from deep. Just have not been able to find that range. And if they're not hitting from deep, it's going to make it very difficult to make some inroads on the interior, because that Kāhu defense just collapses on the paint when the drives come.
And I think Brown has stepped out of the floor, out of the court, I should say. She has. Just a foot over the sideline there on the catch.
Best defender in the league, has been for years. And it is always difficult to see.
Every year, in fact, every year.
That, every single one, no doubt about it.
Amari Thomas, how about her first quarter tonight, Case?
Well, just aggressive. 10 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Talia Tupaya, surprisingly, doesn't really have her eye in just yet. 1 point in the game.
Rabati from the corner. Brown hadn't lost it. Maybe clinging to her arm was Crystal Ledger-Walker. Yes, that's the call.
Tough box out there for Crystal Ledger-Walker. Sandra Brown giving just a lot of size on that matchup.
Tupaya 0 of 4 shooting so far tonight. Just the 1 point for her from the Chemist Warehouse. Here's Rynell. Tennille Khan. Great interview with her before the game. Rabati spinning back. Timely basket for the Pouākai, wasn't it?
Well, they needed that one. They're not so far down. The Kāhu had that stretch there when they're starting to play really good basketball.
Hand in there for Goldrick.
Pouākai responded. And the work rate has been fantastic the entire time. The percentages and the efficiency offensively, not where it needs to be, but you love what they're doing defensively. I mean, coming into this round, the Kāhu, second leading scorer in the competition, but they are being slowed down today with this defense of the Pouākai.
Second block of the game for McGoldrick, and the Kāhu are going to run out of time there. I bumped into the Pouākai earlier this afternoon, Case, at the hotel here in Auckland. Fable, fantastic supporters of the league, and you spoke to Michaela Khan about, big strip in the middle there. Let's stick with the play. Penina Davidson.
Kāhu reading those passing lanes very well, forced the 4th turnover of the game for the Pouākai.
You spoke before the game to Michaela Khan and talked about the 10 aunties in this team. Brown with the miss there, and I saw the aunties in action with the 3 children this afternoon.
There's a lot of work to be done there, but thankfully many hands make light work.
Tapia, catch and shoot. Just cannot find a basket so far tonight.
I just really appreciate the defense of the Pouākai right now. They are focused, except on the offensive glass. They are giving up a little bit there.
3rd time's a charm for the Kāhu. Foul down low. Amari Thomas continues to be a handful.
Makes 7 offensive rebounds for the Kāhu so far. That is on 12 missed shots.
Wow.
14 missed shots, sorry. So they got half their shots they're getting back right now. That is just not going to cut it against the Kāhu squad that normally plays with great efficiency.
Timeout here called by Paul Flynn, and that gives us a chance to talk about my absolute favourite, the large pepperoni. That's this week's special with thanks to Sal's QR code there. Online code Dribble2024, available till next Wednesday. Just $30 for the large pepperoni. Hayley Rynell is either talking a lot of basketball there, or she wants a bit of Sal's as well.
Well, even when you don't know you have the Sal's, you know you want the Sal's. You're always interested in it.
I think we've spoken about it before. I think everyone knows that the large pepperoni is my favourite. Your favourite, from memory? Is it the buffalo?
No. I mean, I'll eat it, but that's the one I go for when it's
25% off. The most expensive one.
The most expensive one. But I'm certainly a big fan of the pepperoni. But for the salads, I'll tell you, I got a special pie. I got a half and half.
Yeah.
I'm going half mushrooms. I'm going half mushrooms and meatball and half pepperoni. Which that everybody at home is basically the kryptonite for Justin. Anything with mushroom on. I'm getting the mushrooms just so I can have that half of the pizza to myself.
Can we please not have that word one more time tonight? 19-14 back underway, 7:42 to play in this second on the inbound. And Cassandra Brown just leaning down there on Amari Thomas.
Lovely action. Really lovely action there. That up screen to get Cassandra Brown slowed down coming across. She tries to recover late. Actually does a nice job to foul and take away the opportunity for a 3-point play. But Amari Thomas is off to the Chemist Warehouse, hitting the first.
What did you make of the Phi on Friday night? Defeated the Pouākai by 20 on Thursday night. Sorry, I should say. We saw the Phi here get blasted off the court by the Kāhu. That was their 5th straight loss. They've now since won 2.
And the game we saw here was Michaela Cowling's first game back. She's looking a little bit more comfortable. I don't think she's 100% there yet. But when she does get there, I think the Phi are going to be making some noise. That is a team that's very switchable and very capable of scoring.
Of course, McKenna Dale into that starting lineup now as well. Great work by Ezra McGoldrick.
Follows her own shot, chases in. Penina Davidson doesn't get a clean box out. And because of the hustle, McGoldrick gets 2.
Amari Thomas bustling her way to the hoop, as only Amari Thomas can do.
Man, she's putting in some work. She is going to town here. I mean, she is just not being stopped. Once again, 13 points now, looking for 14 right at Sean Rabati, just cutting over the front of her from that elbow, making herself available. She's just never static on the court. She's always looking for the basketball when she's in the scoring position. She gets great position, so difficult for her defenders to keep her from getting where she wants to go.
All-time leading scorer in the competition, Amari Thomas, and dare we say, she is the kryptonite for the Pouākai as well in their 2 meetings this season. 37 points in game 1 for Amari Thomas, 24 in game 2. As Forbes gets busy.
Well, that's a nice move, because it's difficult to make moves off the dribble drive like that against Chloe Forrester, because she is a bulldog defensively. Put a lot of pressure on Forbes, but that change of direction. A little fake off here to the left like she's going off Rynell, and then right back to the right hand. Takes the contact, gets the kiss off the glass, and a chance to cut it back to a 1-possession ball game if she hits the free throw here. And I think more important for the Pouākai, a chance off the free throw for them to set their defense against the Kāhu in the half court.
And it does go down. Season high score of 26 for Forbes last Sunday against the Tokamanawa Queens. And we're back to a one-basket game. Look out, here comes Thomas again. Gets it back from Forster. Forbes with her hands full. Doubled, she sends it out to Tupaia. Again, another miss for her.
Pouākai were pretty fortunate there. You leave Talia Tupaia wide open to quadruple team Amari Thomas. You're asking for trouble. Let off the hook this time out.
Brown wants to go one-on-one with Davidson. Hands it over to Rynell. Just banks straight into the body of Thomas. Stripped inside. Great hands, Ledger Walker.
There is blood in the water on that possession for the Kāhu.
Thomas on the run.
Oh, what a fantastic transition from defense to offense. Chloe Forrester keeping that head up as Amari Thomas runs the floor, makes herself available again. 15 points now.
Dominating the game, Amari Thomas.
That 37 she had last time, that could be in trouble. And that, remember, tied a league record.
Forbes sends it to Rynell.
She's hit a couple of settlers tonight. The couple of times the Pouākai have really needed an answer, and she's been able to get something in the mid-range with a little bit of space to drop.
15 of 24 for Thomas. Tupaia hasn't scored.
Oh, that's a bad call. They called an offensive foul on Panina Davidson because Mackenzie Forbes fell down. It is not a foul to be bigger than your opponent.
We have seen a little bit of that this season.
Is that the... Check up the foul position on this one. Mackenzie Forbes just fell down because she's trying to hold her off. Panina Davidson picks up that foul, and it looks like it's only her second personal. And she'll get a quick blow.
Only 3 players have scored for the Kāhu tonight. Thomas.
Oh, that's nice. Unfortunately, couldn't get the finish. Good call.
Davidson and Tupaia. They're the only 3 on the score sheet for the home team. They lead by 3.
Oh,
Tupaia on the turn with the aggression.
That is such a nice setup. Cassandra Brown has a question for Danielle Koo. She's like, what am I supposed to do? She is coming down like a freight train on the tracks and takes me out. But how about that little behind the back drop off by Crystal Ledger Walker? Turns into a little bit of a rub screen as well, and that opens up that driving lane for Talia Tupaia to attack the rim and get herself back to the Chemist Warehouse stripe to see if she can't get that iron. She's now 2 for 3 from the stripe, 0 for 6 from the field. Very uncharacteristic of her.
Yeah, and you're right. This is where it can happen for her. Just getting her eye in. You know she's going to light it up at some stage. It will come. Margin at 5. Here's Mackenzie Forbes. Into the corner now. Cassandra Brown for 3. Finally, Brown from downtown. They land one.
Loved Michaela Kahn there as the connector. She knew exactly where she was going with the ball before she got it. And that quick delivery gave Cassandra Brown the time to hit the shot.
Wide open. Besto onto the floor now. Forster. Ledger Walker sends it down to Thomas. Clear out is the call. Forster. Little runner. Brown with the rebound. And they've got a chance to lead the game here, believe it or not.
And they have hung tough. That is exactly what you need to do against this tough Kāhu team.
The handles from Forbes. Contact, no whistle.
I think Mari Thomas probably pretty fortunate not to get a whistle there. She looked a little out of position.
Pull up. Besto for 2. Hardly ever misses from that spot.
She's just so confident. She's catching in that top cylinder. What a catch by Rynell.
What a pass. Calm to Rynell, and now Forbes right down the middle.
I love this counterattack by the Pouākai. I mean, they aren't very deep, but their work rate is tremendous here in the first half of this basketball game.
And we're back to 2. Both teams have their BNZ player timeout alive.
I like the energy Steph Bairstow's brought into this game as well.
Short. Forbes, who's really starting to get busy here. Rhinell inside, wide open. Brown,
That's going to be a timeout to the Kāhu.
And just like that, you talk about hanging tough. The Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai lead this game by a point with 3:04 to play in the opening half. They have certainly hung tough, and now back-to-back threes.
Cassandra Brown hits another one. Likes them from both corners. What a response for the Pouākai. Remember, the last time they were on this court, they scored 48 points total in the entirety of the game. They're on a much higher pace tonight, but it's the defense holding the Kāhu to 28 points, 17 in the first quarter, 11 so far through this one. And much the same as the first time these two teams met down in Christchurch, where Amari Thomas had that 37-point game, but Talia Tupaia in particular was held in check. They slowed her down in that game. She eventually found double figures, but she didn't have the effect she normally did. Right now, starters for the Kāhu, they've got 26 total points, 15 of those for Thomas, 3 for Tupaia, and 8 for Davison. Not a lot from the perimeter. It is all inside right now. So that is something that the Kāhu are going to have to try and figure out. We talked so much about the Pouākai.
Missed their first 12 from outside.
They're now 2 for 14, but guess what? The Kāhu are 0 for 7. And that is very uncharacteristic for the team that came in with the highest three-point field goal percentage in the league.
You talked about getting to the Chemist Warehouse tonight. The Kāhu have got there 13 times so far tonight. The Pouākai, just 3.
The Pouākai taking advantage of all of them. They have been a little bit dependent on that perimeter shot. Of their 33 shots, 14 of them from deep. You're not going to get fouled very often out there. But if you do get fouled, you make them. That can help you get back the next time.
So the Pouākai lead by 1. Out of the timeout called by the Kāhu. Here's Forster. Shot clock at 4. Somehow found a way through, then went over the top. Forbes quickly. Again, that mindset. Can't to the corner. Brown. Oh, now there's a technical foul here, and it's going to be on Talia Tupaia.
For a flop. Technical flop.
And she's going to take herself straight off the court. And I think that's through frustration, Kay. She just said, get me out of here.
Well, she tried to take a charge there, and I think that's kind of unfortunate for the Pouākai as well, because they had a clean look at it. Here's look at Tupaia inside there. I don't know why. That's not a flop. That's definitely not a flop. There's contact there. Now, you may think that the activity was not worthy of that, but there's real contact there in the motion. I don't like a technical foul for that one, unless it was for something that was said.
Well, I think we saw from the G.J. Gardner-Holmes replay that it may not have been for that flop. I can't even remember a flop warning for that matter.
Yeah, didn't see it.
So maybe it was something that was said. There was a miss, though, from the Chemist Warehouse. Possession, of course, stays with the Pouākai. Michaela Khan here. Deep 2.
Oh, that's a nice rebound by Bairstow.
Margin at 1. Amari Thomas about to come back on for the Kāhu.
Pouākai shooting free throws for the rest of this game, half.
Just over 2 minutes to play. Ledger Walker, steadying hand. Davidson wants it down low. Doubled. Trying to just muscle her way through and somehow gets a basket out of it.
I don't know how that's not an offensive foul. I mentioned on the other end of the court that wasn't one. There, Siobhan Paulbaus comes up and calls for a flop. There ain't no flop there. That was a Panita Davison elbow and forearm that went straight through the chest of Michaela Khan.
Well, here we go.
Take another look at it.
Oh, wow, that's an offensive foul.
That's an offensive foul, man. I don't know if the officiating crew had quite the right angle for it. You kind of need that angle to see that forearm come through. Michaela Khan mentioning that that might have been some contact there on that one. Patina Davidson now in double figures.
Did you say might? Did you say might? 30-29, just under 2 to play. Well, we did say there was going to be some spice between these two teams. Oh, on the run. No, can't get it to drop. Mackenzie Forbes.
That one's a little quick. You're playing so well. Continue to make this Kāhu team work in the half court.
Ball inside.
What a double.
Surrounded, wasn't she, Amari Thomas? Ledger Walker alone. Down it goes.
Oh, great response to the double. If you're going to double the players down low, you have to make them pay for it. And Chloe Forrester delivers a nice pass for Crystal Ledger-Walker to drain that triple.
Kāhu back out by 4. Khan to the corner. Switch back to the left. Mackenzie Forbes, she's fouled, and that's going to put her to the line.
Those are big free throws because this was getting to be a little bit of a danger zone. That was 5 straight for the Kāhu after taking a deficit for the first time in the game. And had they gotten a stop there, they would have kept that momentum going. But Mackenzie Forbes with the aggressive drive, takes the contact, gets herself a trip to the Chemist Warehouse strike to add to her 5-point total.
I think the other thing with Mackenzie Forbes, she always keeps the defense working. Her use both sides of the body. Great for any young player watching tonight. Mackenzie Forbes just really good with her handles.
And an excellent shooter. Had 5 triples in the game last round or against the Queens. So certainly somebody you have to respect from beyond the arc as well as off the dribble.
Talia Tapia continues to sit. Thomas is back out there right now. She gets it down low in front of Brown. Switches it out. Big chance for another 3. Ledger-Walker unable to finish it.
And a bit of a change for the Pouākai defensively. They're sending that double every time in the low post from the opposite block. That skip pass will continue to be there for the Kāhu.
BNZ player timeouts alive for both teams. Here's Forbes. Again, one way, then the other. The pass, delightful. The run along the baseline, McGoldrick.
Oh, she looked athletic on that play. Slice it out of the corner. Nice delivery by Forbes, but a really athletic finish on the run by McGoldrick there.
Tied up, 33 apiece. Davidson on Rynell. Steps back, leaves it short. Rynell, big rebound and fouled. She'll go to the line.
It's going to be the 3rd personal on Panina Davidson as well. Nice attack. Thought she had that advantage on Haley Rynell. But the good, stout defense by Rynell forces the miss. And unfortunately, a frustration foul by Davidson doesn't take any time off the clock and sends Rynell straight back to the Chemist Warehouse.
Got to say, Casey, if this Pouākai team can go in with the lead at half-time, I think they're going to be well pleased. Feels like they've been chasing the whole half, doesn't it?
Whole half. They've done well to come back a couple of times. We're just going to see if the Kāhu call a player timeout here with 15 seconds left. They're not.
I think we're going to get it now. We are. So BNZ player timeout called by Crystal Ledger-Walker. That'll swing the ball over to the other side, and it gives us a chance to bring up the QR code for the ticket to the big game. BNZ is invested in basketball, and thanks to BNZ, there will be a giveaway of 5,000 tickets to school groups, sports groups and community groups to come along and see a Tauihi game this season. Scan that QR code on screen, fill out your group's details and grab your tickets to the big game thanks to BNZ.
And when you're bringing that group through, make sure you got a lot of youngsters because
there's a few here tonight, few groups here tonight.
Looking to inspire that next generation of Hooper. Who knows, a few of them might be here.
No doubt, 9.7 with a chance to retake the lead. Forster, they want to use all the time they can here. Steps through, Chloe Forster, rebound Davidson, that'll go down, and that will count. Right on the buzzer. The Kāhu retake the lead, GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Another offensive rebound for the Northern Kāhu. Panina Davidson just getting some clarification. But at halftime, it's the Kāhu by 1. Really tight game. Cassandra Brown has been involved in everything, and here she is with Casey Frank.
Really hard-working first half. You guys were down a couple of times and fought your way back in. What was the key, especially on the defensive end, when you hold the Kāhu to 35 points?
Yeah, 100%. I think, like you said, our defense kind of generated our offense. We got some stops. We got in passing lanes. We stopped them from getting into paint. We're doubling down a little bit, and our rotation was good on the kickoff. So we need to keep doing that in the second half.
And offensively, looks like there's a really a finite push for you guys to run the ball, really push it against them. Is that part of the game plan? Are you going to be able to keep it up only playing 6 players?
I hope so. But, yeah, I mean, they're a phenomenal team in the half court, so our game plan is to try to run on them and, yeah, make them play the whole court. So, yeah, we're just going to try to run as much as we can in the second half.
Thanks very much.
As the Canadian Cassandra Brown catching up with Casey Frank. Kāhu lead this one by 1 at the half. It is a tight one tonight. Round 6, GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi. Saturday Night Hoops. Hope you're enjoying it right around the world. 35-34. Stats coming up on the other side of the break.
The phenomenal group that began dancing together since they were 9 years old. Let's hear it one more time for the rebellious Kāhu. All right, now it's time for our BBNZ bank shot. We had a couple of competitors here. They're doing it for charity as well. Right, if you haven't seen this before, we've got a couple of people shooting for BBNZ. If they score a back shot, which is off the glass, $100 goes each time. This time to the chosen charity, the Tanya Dalton Foundation, which is close to the heart of many sports and basketball fans here in Aotearoa. We've got our two competitors. They're also going to be competing for the merchandise. Whoever gets the most, you'll have 30 seconds.
Kia ora, nā mai hoki mai. Welcome back. Half-time here. Saturday Night Hoops. GJ Gardner-Holmes at Tauihi. And we have a game for you. Kāhu leading this one by 1 over the Pouākai. 9 lead changes in the first half. No score yet for Talia Tupaia, but there's plenty of points for Amari Thomas. Chemist Warehouse stats, here's Casey Frank.
Well, here we see the leading scorers in the ball game, both from the Kāhu, 15 and 12 for Thomas and Davidson, but outside of that, it's been slim pickings. Other than that, 27, just 8 points for the rest of the squad. Cassandra Brown leading the way for the Pouākai. Davidson, 9 rebounds in the first half, as is Cassandra Brown. Fantastic work on the glass for both teams. A 24-23 rebound advantage to the Kāhu at halftime. On the assist game, 7 assists to 9 in favor of the Pouākai. Michaela Khan and Mackenzie Forbes with 3 apiece, but Chloe Forrester leading them all with 4 dimes in the first half. 3 blocks for Ezra McGoldrick.
Been really good.
Active on the defensive end, 1 for Davidson. And there you see the steals. 6 turnovers for the Kāhu, only 5 for the Pouākai. 2 steals for Brown at the top of that one, as well as Roger Walker.
By choice for most improved player in the competition this year, Ezra McGoldrick. Some of the kids in town, some of the groups having a great time fans are out and about on a Saturday night. All of the stats, of course, with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Not much in it. Kāhu lead it by a point. Second half, not too far away.
You haven't already checked out the Tauihi Basketball Aotearoa trophy. It sits down here. This is what we're defending this season. Was won it last year. In the 16th season, this is what we're defending up this end of the court. I've got a photo of this one. Amazing artistry. The warm-up now back on court. Tauihi is Kāhu. Strap yourselves in, folks, for a big second half. This is anyone.
Welcome back. Kāhu leading this one by just 1 point at the half. Been a great game so far. So much more still to come as well. Hope you're enjoying it. Right around the world, FIBA YouTube, of course, to all of our family and friends and supporters over there in the USA on ESPN, and right here in Aotearoa, New Zealand on Sky Sport. Tall Blacks coach Judd Flavel announced his first team during the week for the upcoming FIBA Asia qualifiers. Some new faces in there, some absolute stars as we look forward to some games coming up. And he's good enough right now to catch up with Casey Frank. Here's Judd Flavel.
I am here with you, and first of all, congratulations on the Tall Black job. But now that you got it, time to do the work. What was it more fun? Was it choosing the players who had come to, or was it giving them a phone call to let them know they made the Tall Black?
Oh yeah, it's fun, both of them, you know, putting the team together. Obviously, a lot of these guys I've had sort of moments with, you know, some of them recently, some go way back, you know, when they were younger teenagers. So getting the opportunity to go full circle with them will be a great opportunity, but also the new guys, the new kids on the block, just really excitement, and that's what it's about, you know, opportunities and taking on the rest of the world.
And when you are putting together a team, especially your first team, how are you trying to pull that together, get those veterans in as well as that new blood? Because you have to think about the future even though you're thinking about now.
Yeah, it's a mixture of both, isn't it? It's like juggling act of balance of the youth and what we're trying to build going forward and going on beyond. And then the guys, obviously, the experienced guys that have been there and done that before. But, you know, the culture is so good. So you want to graduate and, I guess, promote that Tall Black culture with these new guys. And nothing better to have those leaders in there promoting it with them.
And let us know, when are you going to be heading to camp? When are these guys coming in? And who are these games again into this next international window?
Yeah, first game in Manila at the Philippines. Big challenge there, 20,000 plus in the crowd there. Good opportunity. We'll be meeting over there. You know, guys are in season right now in the Australian NBL. So we're flying from different parts of the world. We'll meet there, have a couple of days, and get out there on the floor.
I can see the excitement, buddy. Congratulations again. Good luck.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, it's certainly exciting, isn't it? Can't wait to see the Tall Blacks back in action. Who's going to get the win tonight? Certainly the numbers are with the Kāhu. They lead by a point at the half as the third quarter is about to get underway. Pouākai would be pretty happy with their efforts thus far, coming off that 20-point loss on Thursday night to the Fire. Can they respond? It'll be a big scalp. They're the only team to beat the Kāhu so far this season. And they've got their chance right now here tonight. 9 lead changes in that first half. Amari Thomas has been the star, and she's about to get things underway in this second half.
Well, what I've been impressed by so far is the similarity of this game plan to what we saw the first time that the Kāhu went down, and the only time the Kāhu have gone down this season. And they are pushing the pace. They're allowing these attacks at the rim by Thomas and Davidson, but they're taking away the perimeter game. They're really making things tough on that next pass. They're going to let the bigs beat them, but not anybody else.
Thomas moves to 17 points with a couple of makes from the Chemist Warehouse. Confirmation, by the way, that Talia Tapaia's technical foul in that second quarter was for a flop, and that was the second warning. So we missed the first one, but I can confirm that that's what the technical foul was for. Rynell to Brown. Brown now on Thomas, keeping her busy and busy enough to force contact. Judd Flavel, good interview with him. The excitement on his face.
This has been a long time coming for Juddy. This is, I think, I don't know if it was a lifelong dream because he wanted to be a player first, but you know, certainly for every coach, Kiwi coach who comes up through it, they dream of being able to coach the boys with that silver fern on their chest at one point. That's a culmination of a lot of work and a lot of success that's been able to get him to it, and he is chomping at the bit to get on that court and coach those young men.
How good. As you heard, Philippines away, Chinese Taipei, that game down in Christchurch, I believe.
Tickets available.
Get along and see the Tall Blacks. Back to a point here. Got a feeling this is going to be a real arm wrestle in the second half here tonight. Hoi Ho and Queens coming your way tomorrow afternoon. Check your local guides for that one right around the world. Davidson, Forster, had a long time to look at it, missed everything. Forbes, 7 points in the opening half for Mackenzie Forbes.
I'd like to see a ball handler get involved in that two-woman game between Davidson and Thomas. Very difficult as Mackenzie Forbes, wrong place, wrong time, gets a foul on Talia Tupaia there. Oh my, is that a foul on Talia Tupaia?
It's actually going to be on Penina Davidson, so that's her fourth. I'm not sure where that was. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Look out for Davidson here. There it is, reaching in across the arm of Forbes.
That was a very late whistle. Tupaia had that for a dribble before that one went off.
Fortuitous for the Pouākai. Can they make something out of it? There's Michaela Khan.
Going to be interesting if they're coming in with Crystal Ledger-Walker for Davidson as well. That's going to be a much smaller team. Opportunity for the Pouākai on the glass.
Forbes searching. Tapaia with the rebound.
Just enough defensively there to make it a tough shot.
Still hasn't scored a field goal in the game, Talia Tapaia. Davidson wants it inside, surrounded by red singlets. Second effort is good.
Wow, what great post position there. She sealed right underneath the basket. So deep that first make was actually pretty difficult, but gets the second chance because of the stick-to-itiveness.
10 rebounds tonight for Penina Davidson. Make that 11. 6 of those rebounds off the offensive glass.
They are attacking the O boards with these. Can't leave Thomas alone.
Wide open in the end, wasn't she? Maybe too open.
Apparently you can. Don't know if it's a strategy I'd roll out too many times, though.
Mackenzie Forbes on Palvast.
That's a nice shot. That is a really nice soft touch put on display there with the kiss off the glass as Palvast defended well.
He's just opening up again here in the first couple of minutes. Good defense. Their ability to lock in down low and clog the paint tonight, the Pouākai, has helped them out. There's that Forbes finish.
Interesting. Penina Davidson is the first sub. Tauihi Basketball is the first one to head to the bench.
I think maybe just trying to break up that matchup on Forbes and relieve some frustration.
They're bringing her right back in the game, so just a quick blow.
She is on that one technical, of course. Four-star runs straight into Reinl.
Man, Reinl's been playing so well today.
Brown from the corner, three. That one looks long, it is. Margin at one. Davidson. Palvast fires away. That one is deep as well. Khan with the rebound. Puts on the burners. Hands it off to Forbes. Runs straight into Ledger Walker.
That's good D, but Reinl likes this look.
And drains it. Pouākai back in front.
Haley Reinl is an unsung hero of this game, now in double figures with 12 points on that make, 4 rebounds, but her work rate has been impeccable up and down the court, putting pressure on this Kāhu defense to get back in transition.
I say this respectfully, and I'm glad you've pointed it out. Davidson too strong. In fact, she's called for the offensive foul. That's her fifth. That's her fifth. So
Wow.
she's only got one to go here.
And Penina Davidson, she's been aggressive with that shoulder offensively in the low post a few times. They had that play in their first half where she was right next to Khan. I thought that could have been an offensive foul. So she's to continue that aggressiveness, and we got to that look just a little bit late, so we didn't see the majority of it. No question, Reinl sold that one. But there was also contact and with force from that elbow coming through.
So getting back to Haley Reinl, I asked this respectfully. Is there any other player in the competition who flies under the radar more than her? I mean, her work rate, as Forbes adds to, her work rate at both ends of the floor, Case, just exceptional. I don't think she gets as much credit as what she should.
Well, it's true. Guys like me and you, we like to point out the buckets. And actually, there's 2 of them in this game. I think Crystal Ledger-Walker's another one, as Tauihi Basketball gets the contact, but doesn't get the shot to fall. She'll be happy to finally get that whistle, but you love a player who continues to do that work despite not getting the accolades. You know, you got to give the flowers to him occasionally. But when you are that glue type player, that's not what you're going to get all the time. So you have to be become accustomed to doing the work without getting all that credit.
Well, this is a tough night at the office right now for Tauihi Basketball. Having a running battle with the officials as well as the opposition. Has not scored a field goal. All 4 of her points have come from the Chemist Warehouse.
Mary Golding checks into the game for the first time today.
But she is a star, we know that. Things will open up at some stage, you would think.
Look at Crystal Ledger-Walker.
Does it again.
Oh, he gives it back to Mackenzie Forbes, unfortunately.
And Forbes now on the move, up and in, draws contact.
It's pretty. It's so pretty. Leave it up on the finger roll. The early gamble by KLW so often works in favor of the Kāhu, but this time gives Mackenzie Forbes the lane, switches to the right hand late, takes that contact, gets the bucket, and a chance for the old-fashioned three-point play, and to stretch this lead out to 5.
And she's up to 13 in the game, make it 14. She was 7 at halftime.
Well, up to this point in the season, no team has played this Kāhu team better than the Pouākai. And that includes that one game last time they were here in this building and only scored 48.
Well, they went down by 26. Mary Goulding along the baseline.
Second bucket of the season. Nice drive there, taking advantage of the quickness she has in that matchup.
And the Kāhu are swinging changes. Lily Rotuno about to come into the game.
I like these subs.
Yeah, it's good.
I think the Kāhu got a little fatigued trying to keep up with the Pouākai in that first half. And remember, Pouākai only playing 6, so eventually they're going to slow down too.
Forbes, Rabati.
Sean Rabati had some huge buckets in that run last weekend, trying to catch up to the Queens. And does it again here in the second half today, holding the lead at 6.
Biggest lead of the game right now. Tapia again, tangled up with Forbes.
I love it. I love it so much.
Never a dull moment.
I love it so much.
I think I said that last time, didn't I? Never a dull moment.
She takes that first foul, and Michaela Kahn is sitting in there, I'll take a charge. And she says, oh, you want to take a charge? I'll give you a charge.
Look at this.
Get off me. Get off me. Look at, she just displaces Michaela Kahn there. Hey, Talia, be nice. Her kids are in the crowd.
No shots here, by the way.
No shots. It was. I think the foul was on Mackenzie Forbes as she's picking it up.
You reckon the kids will get to the signature line after the game and bypass one player?
Nah, I think they'll be into it. They'll give it to mom later.
Ledger Walker. Amari Thomas.
Amari Thomas continues to assault the scoreboard. 19 points now for her.
Pretty to watch, isn't it? What a time to do it as well with her mum here in town.
Whoa.
Now, who's this come off?
That's off Talia Tapia. Yep. That's the right call. Mary Golden there just sagged off on Forbes just a little bit. Gave her a little bit of space, which you don't want to do because she's got that ability from deep.
We spoke to Amari's mum before the game tonight, Casey, and she said, I'm here for one more game, Thursday night. Who are they playing?
I think it's a team that the Kāhu are reasonably familiar with from Tokomanawa.
Yeah, taking on the Queens Thursday night. Look forward to that one. All of the action live on your home of basketball.
Blocked
Sky
by
Sports.
Forbes.
There's Brown on Goulding.
Oh, that's good. That was a nice move there.
Left it short. Forbes on Ledger Walker now, trying to step through. A lot of contact there, no whistle.
Oof.
There is on the rebound, though.
Is that Crystal Ledger Walker underneath with a trip, or is that Goulding up high?
And Brown's picked herself back up. Foul is on Mary Goulding.
Yeah, that was the contact before she came down. This is turning into a little bit of a street fight.
And that's in the bonus again now, too.
Already. 6 minutes into the quarter. 5 fouls. Take a look at it.
4-2.
I mean, yeah, to me, that's more on Crystal Ledger Walker than it is on anyone else. Unfortunate for her, wrong place, wrong time. But it's a result of the work rate, the effort, and the relentlessness of this Pouākai squad right now.
And as we mentioned, this is going to be shots. It's an apt description. It is a street fight right now, isn't it? Between these two, 4-point margin. Cassandra Brown at the coloured stripe puts the first one down. This is a team on a mission. You saw them Thursday night, the contrast?
I mean, night and day, honestly. The work rate today has never stopped. It's been tremendous. You know, I think the ball handling, the multiple ball handlers and attacking from the wing was something the Pouākai were struggling with, but they're not struggling against this physical attack the Kāhu bring.
Tapia doubled up high. Short corner, Goulding in and out. Look at the rebounders get after it, Forbes and Brown.
Brown comes with it, her 11th rebound of the game, already a double-double.
Forbes has had a great quarter. Oh, there's a big foul underneath. She's in trouble here, Talia Tapia.
An unsportsmanlike, I don't like. And did she just get ejected?
Well, she's already got a tech foul. She's dragged her down while she was on the floor.
She's been ejected.
That's done. So Talia Tapia's night is over. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. We'll take a look in a second.
Well, they missed the charge up high with this elbow there. And when she falls down, the foul happens, but that's protecting her face to me. That leg is about to come into her face. She's just yes, it's looking aggressive, but you're also not going to take that into your nose. But she's been ejected. She's going to have to leave the court. She can't stay here. Because she got sent off. Ryan Jones, the official, pointed to the changing rooms.
Well, I think the coin officials will pick this up in just a moment. Talia Tapia has gone to the bench.
And suddenly things get a little bit more difficult for the Kāhu.
Forbes has nailed both from the Chemist Warehouse. She's having a heck of a quarter. Just wonder whether the officials have picked this up.
I don't think that they see that she's still on the bench.
So we're just waiting.
Yeah, so official Ryan Jones
he has picked it up. That's why we've got the stop in the game now. So Ryan Jones is coming across. There's Talia Tapia on the bench. He's just going to double check the score sheet here. 3:31 to go. Margin at 8. And I think you're going to see Talia Tapaia is told she has to head to the change rooms.
And I think the coaching staff just realizes now that she's gone. So Talia Tapaia's night ends early, and she gives a thumbs up to the crowd. Not sarcastically at all to the officials.
So this is a real swing in the game, isn't it? One of the stars of the competition is out for the remainder of this one.
I mean, MVP favorite up to this point.
Brown, Thomas. Brown goes again. Well, we did say coming in, Casey, that expect some real fire in this one tonight. We've seen it between these two teams on a couple of occasions already this season. And it has just taken a big swing, hasn't it?
And it's not just Talia Tapaia out of the game. It's Penina Davidson with 5 fouls. So you can't, right now, the Kāhu, normally the physically superior team on the court, are not. Because they have lost 2 of their big guns. One for the rest of the game, the other for probably another 5 to 7 minutes.
Both go down for Brown. This will be a huge win if the Pouākai get it tonight. They'll go back to 500 at 4-4. And it is a tight ladder in the middle. Let's not forget the only team to have beaten the Kāhu this season. You do get 6 fouls, by the way, if you're joining us for the first time watching the Tauihi here in New Zealand. 6 fouls for each player. So Penina Davidson currently sitting with 5. And look at that, the margin of 10.
They have stretched this out. And it's not just about the offense. Defensively, they have been so active. Not giving up next to anything from deep. 1 for 11 from 3 are the Kāhu.
21-10 third quarter.
Look at the attention that Amari Thomas gets. That's a foul on Cassandra Brown there. And she picks up her 4th personal.
And that'll send Amari Thomas to the stripe.
Free throws for everybody the rest of this quarter in an extremely physical encounter.
Here's the foul inside, just the push there in the back. If you've just joined us, Talia Tapaia ejected from the game. We will not see her for the remainder. It's a big blow, but with Amari Thomas out there, there's every chance for the Kāhu. Here she is, surrounded by red singlets, almost 4-on-1. That was a box and one.
That was
the box on Thomas, that is.
I've not seen that defense before, but she is drawing attention.
Rynell. Michaela Can, nowhere to go. Brown, Rynell wants it down low. This time she's manhandled in the end. Just 2 arms around by Lily Rotuno.
Oh, not manhandled.
Well handled. You know what I'm saying?
There was I thought it was kind of a soft whistle.
Okay.
I thought Rotuno was behind and did have an arm on there, but it was turnover happened because it was a bad pass. If Rotuno hadn't had any hand on her at all, I don't think Rynell gets to that one. Just because of the angle was a little off. As it is.
How many players have the Pouākai put on the floor tonight so far, Case? Is it 6? 6 fouls? Sorry, 6 players. The Pouākai, how many? 6 players, yeah.
6 players in total. Just Sean Rabati off the bench playing 11 minutes so far. All the starters are over 20 minutes, over at least 22 minutes.
A split from the line.
Which was the Kāhu plan in the first half. They've gone deeper into the bench here in the second, though.
So take that back. Missed both. Goulding. Just trying to force her way through Chevy Palvast.
Well, Michaela Khan comes over, and she's put her body on the line a few times today. She is going to be sore on that flight back to Christchurch tomorrow. No doubt about it.
Lucky the kids on the sidelines don't know how to call 911 because they've seen Mum hit the turf a few times, hit the boards a few times tonight.
They're a few rows back behind the Pouākai bench. but they have been well wallied up.
55-48, 2:11 to play in this third quarter. It has really come to life, hasn't it? Here is Michaela Khan. Rynell setting the screens. Turnover straight into the hands of Ledger Walker. Look out for Thomas inside here. Immediately she's doubled down low. Ledger Walker with the miss.
Kāhu need a little bit more patience offensively. They're feeling a little rushed because they're down, and it's not often that they're down by 7 points. But need to stick with the game plan. Mismatch inside when Body wants it, couldn't get it.
McGoldrick just reaching in there. That's just a really soft foul in the end for Lily Rotuno, and you can see the reaction there from Jodie Cameron. Just not a lot in that.
When you see that whistle in this game, it makes you wonder as a player, like, well, hold on, what else is going on out here that you're letting go? Because here, we'll take a look at it. There's a little bit of a, I don't know, a little something. She's playing it tight, but there's really nothing that dissuaded that pass from going in, nothing that affected the play. I'd like to see that one let go in today's game, which has, you know, finals like basketball being played.
Certainly has, hasn't it? McGoldrick converts the first from the Chemist Warehouse. Margin is at 8. Second one's a miss. Thomas. Big game for Amari Thomas tonight. 20 points, 8 rebounds. Penina Davidson, 14 points, 11 rebounds. Leading the way for the Pouākai. Mackenzie Forbes has 16. Ledger Walker, somehow just found a way through.
Just multiple attacks, dribble, drive, kick out, dribble, drive, kick out. And the second time, Ledger Walker with a beautiful finish off the glass.
Cassandra Brown, a nice double-double tonight as well. Casey, 14 points, 13 rebounds. There's a foul there.
The Pouākai have not strayed from their game plan one iota tonight.
It's been good, isn't it?
It's been really impressive. To just go 6 deep, to be rotating through the players, and then giving everybody just enough time, playing with a high level of physicality, but doing a good job of doing so without fouling, running the lane. You know, I mentioned Rynell's work rate a few times. Ezra McGoldrick defensively with the rebounds. It has been impressive the way they've stuck to the plan.
Kāhu led by 5 at quarter time. They led by 1 at half time. They trail by 7. Dying stages of this third quarter. BNZ player timeouts alive for both teams. Don't expect to see that in this third quarter. Talia Tapia, her night is done. Sent packing during this quarter. Who's the foul going to be on here?
Got to be on Rabati. It can't be Rynell from behind because that was clean.
It is Sean Rabati.
It has been difficult to get Amari Thomas the ball with any kind of space on that block. If I'm the Kāhu, I might look to get her a catch at the elbow. Let her face up, have that jump shot, give her a little bit of freedom of movement, because the speed with which that double team is coming has limited her effectiveness here in the third quarter.
And interestingly, the Kāhu have definitely gone smaller, haven't they? We did talk about it when Penina Davidson went out. Steph Bairstow continues to sit.
A little surprised Steph Bairstow hasn't gotten a little bit more of a run. Nice hustle there for the Kāhu to get another chance to the Chemist Warehouse.
Rynell with the foul.
Rynell picks up foul number 3. Just Sean Rabati in foul trouble for the Pouākai with 4 fouls.
They just hung in there, didn't they, through that first half, the Pouākai. Biggest lead of the game for the Kāhu tonight was 6. 9 lead changes in the first half. And now all of a sudden the shoe's on the other foot. The Kāhu are just sticking around.
The Pouākai were feeling pretty confident, had the wind at their back, but the Kāhu have turned it back into a grind.
Davidson will be back in the last quarter. She's got 1 more foul to give. Here's Forbes. Using the screen of Rabati. Now she goes in hard on Thomas. Sends it outside. McGoldrick.
Gotta get it up.
Has to go late here off the glass. Won't get it to go. Rebound Golding. 8 seconds to play. Ledger Walker looks up. She knows time is late. Sends it to the corner. Shot. Pulvast!
The big smile on the big finish. Beautiful delivery by Walker. Better shot by Chevy Pulvast to finish.
And she does just that over the hand of McGoldrick, and just like that, we've got one to play, and it is a 2-point ball game. Huge last quarter coming up. GJ Gardner Holmes at Tauihi. Hope you're enjoying it. Welcome back to Eventfinda Stadium. Saturday night hoops in the GJ Gardner Holmes at Tauihi. Pouākai lead this one by 2. Penina Davidson only one more foul to give. She won't be starting this last quarter. Talia Tapaya ejected through the third quarter, and the Kāhu shooting at just 7% tonight from 3-point range. 1 of 13. They're 38% on the season. They do get a strip to start the last, though. Chance to tie it up. And they'll go again through the star, Amari Thomas, who then fouls.
And just enough hustle there by the Pouākai to stop what would have been a disastrous first possession. The turnover right away, the second chance opportunity as well.
How about that 3-point shooting from the Kāhu tonight?
It has not been pretty. And remember, they came in as a best 3-point shooting team in the competition. But guess what? Who's not having a good day? Talia Tapaya. And when she's not having a good day, she carries that load for the from the 3-point line for the Kāhu. So that's where a lot of that efficiency is going.
There goes at about 4 a game, doesn't she? Mackenzie Forbes can't convert there.
Chevy Pulvast really physical there, stood up to her, made it a very difficult finish in the key for Forbes.
In fact, Talia Tapaya from 3-point range this season, 58% case.
Not today.
Not today.
Unfortunately for her, where she was only able to go 0 for 4.
Not a field goal in the game for Tapaya. Her 5 points all coming from the line. Look at the work rate of Thomas.
Right elbow, the length and the ability to defend without fouling, but still contesting those finishes.
Margins only 2. Brown, in the end, works her way inside and works it in.
That is a really nice, patient finish here. And then we're going to get our first sighting of Megan Mullings about to check in the ball game.
I was going to say, we haven't seen her throughout the game. Goulding, they lose possession.
Not enough movement outside of Rutunu there. Mary Golden left on an island. Penina Davidson checking back in the ball game as well with her 5 fouls.
Oh, Forbes.
They would needed that.
Loves that run, doesn't she? And now Ledger Walker back the other way. Pulls up herself, Crystal Ledger Walker. Loose ball. Pulvast. And they go again. Another second chance effort here. 16 offensive rebounds for the Kāhu tonight. Thomas.
Well, Amari Thomas, her efficiency is dipped here in the second half. Still has 21 points, but she's just 6 for 12 from the field, which is uncommon for her. Still 50%. For most players, that's great. For Thomas, and the efficiency with which she normally plays, that's just a little less than what she's normally capable of. Credit to the excellent game plan that the Pouākai have come with as she hits the first from the Chemist Warehouse stripe. Mullins will be checking in for her shortly.
10 of 16 tonight from the stripe. Make that 11 of 17. Megan Mullings does come in for her first run. Haven't seen a lot of her this season, Megan Mullings. Been working back from that left knee injury. She replaces Amari Thomas. I don't think Thomas will be sitting for too long.
But she does need a blow. I like this sub here, especially when you get Penina Davidson back in, so you don't lose the size, but you give your best scoring threat on the evening a little bit of a chance to catch her breath.
It'll be fascinating to see if the Pouākai go at Davidson at the other end. At this end, I should say. She's got 5 fouls. Forbes.
Oh, that was close by Davidson. She's got to stay out of foul trouble here.
Rynell called for the travel. Just unable to hold the footwork. She was working to break free.
Surrounded by players, Penina Davidson amongst them, who does well not to pick up a foul there, because that would have been her evening finished. But where do they go for offense with this group? Who's going to be taking this load? No Mari Thomas, no Crystal Ledger-Walker to set the troops.
Will it be Forster? Will it be Palvast? Will it be Mullings? Davidson down low at the moment. Shot is well short off the hand of Chevy Palvast.
I love the defensive effort by the Pouākai there. They allowed 0 penetration. That ball did not get inside the three-point line very far. Just Megan Mullings dribbling to the elbow, but couldn't create space to get anything definitive out of that effort.
Kāhu winning the rebounds tonight, 41 to 37. All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Here's Mackenzie Forbes. Really good in the third quarter. Brown's had a good night as well. A big double-double for her. She's got a chance to add to it now.
Well, she could have kicked out to Rynell for an open look, but she stayed aggressive on the rim. And she's been aggressive all night. Cassandra Brown had a chance here to get to 20 points. She's got 14 rebounds. She's got 3 steals. She has had her fingers all over this Pouākai game plan.
Game high 3 steals as well. First one goes down. Incredible, isn't it? When we saw these two teams a couple of weeks ago, Casey, was a 26-point win for the Kāhu, but let's not forget Pouākai, the only team to beat the to beat the Kāhu this season down in Christchurch.
In all honesty, that 26-point was quite surprising. That 26-point deficit where the Pouākai could only score 48. A little bit of a revenge factor for the Kāhu. It was a game immediately after that the Pouākai had beaten them, so you know that it was fresh in their mind. But that has not been the case tonight. Molly Thomas about to check back in.
Davidson surrounded underneath. Look back for Rotuno, who's battling for it with Forbes.
And that jump ball, unfortunately for the Kāhu, stays with them. That's a possession they would have liked to see go the other way, because just 5 seconds on the clock. Not going to be a lot of time for them to get this off.
Thomas comes back in for Mullings, who we saw for about 90 seconds out there.
Megan Mullings, this is supposed to be the sub. She's not going to... She can't sub back in if she's been subbed off, though. She has to actually take a second. But I think they got the right sub this time. Ryan Jones on the stand. Yeah, all good.
So Shavana Palvast is the player to come out. Rotuno, Davidson up over the top of Rynell. That's come off the hand of Rabati maybe in the end, or Forbes.
Didn't hit the rim though, so just 1 second on the shot clock now. There's a...
Got to do something
at the rim.
Got to do something quickly. And in the end went straight into the hands of Forbes.
That clock should have run somewhat. That should be at least 0.4 of a clock. 0.4 should have gone off there at least.
Coin official Ryan Jones just getting a fix on that now. 61-57. 6:31 to play here tonight. Saturday night hoops in New Zealand. Hope you're enjoying it. Hello to everyone in the United States through ESPN. Been a big week in the United States.
Something happened over there.
Been a huge week, hasn't it? Hope you're all well over there. And of course, right around the world, FIBA YouTube bringing you all of the action from here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Grand final, mark it down, Sunday, December 22. Are you game enough yet, Casey Frank, to predict the two teams through to the grand final? Hold that thought, hold that thought. Ball to come in. Thomas well covered, getting it up late, Returno. That won't go. Pouākai by 4. Forbes. Tough shot in the end.
Nina Davidson continues to collect rebounds. That's her 12th.
And she's going to get called for a travel here just before the shot. Heading back to the question, December 22 grand final, too early?
Well, it's always too early until it's the day, because prognostication doesn't really mean much if your name's not Nostradamus. Mine is not. But if you're asking me who I think's going to be there, I'm not moving away from my Queen's Kāhu pick just yet. Now, the Pouākai and the Phi have both impressed me as of late, but come the finals time, I feel like we're going to have the third rematch between those two at the top.
Still a long way to go, halfway through the season. Rynell on the turn, couldn't finish. Now in the end here, as Returno stepped on the baseline.
No, I think it went out before she saved it, is what they're saying. So it was just a little bit late, and that's off the Pouākai. Haven't seen a lot of Forrester and Returno in the game together much this season in Tauihi, but that is a very effective defensive lineup in the backcourt.
Just a little bit surprised we haven't seen a lot of Steph Bairstow. Yeah. She's the one I think who could really be handy right now. Mullings misses her first shot of the game. Forbes now, look at the run of Michaela Khan so quickly up the floor. Forbes steadies off the hand of Thomas. They go a second time. Brown, heavy lifting inside, is so good.
That's tough. Such a skilled scorer, can do it from deep, but really likes that grind down low.
22 for her tonight. Amari Thomas, another 2. She's up to 25. She'll pay a visit. Some more shopping for her at the Chemist Warehouse.
I just really appreciate the connection that these guards have with Amari Thomas. They know that she has the ability to get that great position down low. And that's a deep pass from Forrester there. She's almost at half court, but she realizes when those windows are open, you have to get that ball in there because they shut very quickly.
That is shot number 18 tonight.
26 points now.
18 at the stripe, that is. And they hang in there with 5 to go.
She's just 12 for 18 from the stripe.
Oh, Michaela Khan just found a way there, didn't she, to score?
Taking turns now are the Pouākai. Taking what's been being offered to them.
Good response from the Australian point guard. Forster inside to Davidson, great setup.
Nina Davidson continues her excellent evening. 16 points to go with 12 rebounds. Lovely find by Forrester, who picks up her 6th assist of the game.
There's a foul here off the ball. This is going to be against Forster.
Well, fortunate it's not Davidson, because she was pretty close to that activity.
3rd team foul on the Kāhu.
Timeout to the Kāhu now.
4:23 to play. It has been such a tough contest tonight. Talia Tupaia ejected through the 3rd quarter. Penina Davidson's been battling foul trouble. And this Pouākai team, who on Thursday night went down to the Phi by 20, have come with some sort of a redemption here on the North Shore this evening. MVP, mixandpick.com, fun and free.
Talia Tupaia still getting 14% of the vote. I think that might be inflated, unless she's back there checking it on the mixandpick.com.
Is there a TV screen in the change rooms?
I'm sure she's got it loaded. I'm sure she's got the app going. But Amari Thomas, a very worthy recipient at the top. Cassandra Brown, Kenzie Forbes also up there. I wouldn't mind seeing Haley right now. Had a really big effect on the game.
Oh, what about Cassandra Brown? I mean, she's sitting on that 6%. Surely that has to rise.
Biggest plus minus in the game of plus 11. Mackenzie Forbes plus 9. Those are the two big ones for the Pouākai in that respect. But Cassandra Brown,
dominated.
6 for 15 from the field, 22 points, 14 rebounds,
3 steals.
Yep. She has been everywhere.
Where are the Pouākai fans tonight? Get in there and vote for your MVP. Scan the QR code. And if you're a fan like we are of Cassandra Brown tonight, we would expect to see that 6% start shooting up very, very soon. She's had a wonderful game. Who's going to win it from here, Case?
Right now, I'm leading Pouākai. They've got the lead. They've got their 5 that they're comfortable playing with, but Kāhu, even without Tauihi Basketball, very capable of coming back.
There she is inside Brown. Right now, big shot in the game. Doesn't go down. It's come off the hand of... Ooh, I thought that came off the hand of Megan Mullings.
There was a smorgasbord of hands flopping around in there.
No complaints. On we move. Mullings. Just a little bit stagnant right now, aren't they, the Kāhu? Ledger Walker. Look out for Thomas down low. Rynell has that job right now. Davidson outside through hands.
Beautiful
Megan
offense.
Mullings. No. They go again. Another offensive rebound for the Kāhu. Forster. She can't complete it. And there's a foul underneath here.
You mentioned on the play, a little bit stagnant, but I really like the patience. That was the first time we really saw that ball go side to side, work the entirety of the shot clock before getting it downstairs in the post. The kick out, wide open look, but it has not been the Kāhu night from deep. They are now 1 for 16. I think that's around 4%.
That'll be their worst outing of the season. Megan Mullings with the foul, by the way. Michaela Khan couldn't get that to go. Davidson comes up with it. They're on the attack. They're down by 3.
They need to force her to get over to be the feeder into Mari Thomas, because Kenita Davidson, the defense doesn't respect from deep.
Thomas lurking, doubled now. Ledger Walker on the drive.
Well, somebody else needed to be aggressive. They were working so hard to get the ball to Thomas inside, but it hasn't been easy post-up for her. She hasn't gotten a great deep post position, but that attack on the rim by Crystal Ledger Walker, just what the Kāhu needed. Travel there.
Great defense, Chevy Pulvas. Let's not forget the Pouākai have only played the 6 players tonight. Is that going to be telling down the stretch here?
Sean Rabati, the lowest minutes load of those players. It's about 18 minutes now. Michaela Khan's played over 36. That's the most.
Hasn't come off the court, I don't think. If she has, it was momentarily. Here's Davidson now on Rabati. Thomas inside, teaming up with Penina. Davidson, left it short. Rebound Forbes.
Is that going to be on Davidson?
Well, it's either Davidson or Ledger Walker. One or the other. Ledger Walker will want it. Foul here on the Kāhu, and it is Crystal Ledger Walker. Woo. I think she may have just been saying, please, give it to me.
And that is, unfortunately for the Kāhu, free throws the rest of the way for the Pouākai.
I think it's been that way every quarter, hasn't it?
At least the last 3. Frustration palpable for a Kāhu squad.
Pouākai tonight, 19 of 25 from the stripe.
I mean, that's actually not great for them.
Forbes adds another. She goes to 17 points. She's a perfect 7 of 7 from the Chemist Warehouse. Misses right there, her first miss of the night.
Coming into the game, the Pouākai 88% at 80 for 91. Or sorry, into the round.
Number 1 in the competition. Margin at 2 after that Forbes very rare miss. Ledger Walker Turn around. Wrong side of the line.
Look how many red shirts are inside the key on those drives.
8th rebound of the night for Forbes. She's got 6 assists as well and 17 points. Loads up from 3, Rynell. And in the end, it's a Kāhu ball with 1:57 to play. Timeout called by the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. In fact, it might have been the BNZ Northern Kāhu. As it is, it's a 2-point ball game. And I just do not know which way this one's going to go.
Kāhu have put in their effort. If you want to put in your effort as a coach.
Well, this helps. This helps with effort. If you lack a little bit of effort, this will help you. Or you might have all the effort. You might just need some help, Case.
Well, Coach Mate has developed a free app. And they are a Kiwi company who have designed this for grassroots coaches who partnered with Basketball New Zealand to make it easy to deliver fun, engaging, organized coaching sessions for parents, caregivers, teachers of teams that you're not super familiar with. Maybe you don't know exactly what you're doing. Coach Mitch can help you keep those kids from having a poor experience in sport, because those who do have a poor experience are 5 times more likely to quit the sport the following year. If they don't like it, they don't last long nowadays. So those teachers, those volunteers, they're the biggest influences of that experience. It's got bite-sized instructional videos showing you how to coach these activities. You don't have to look everywhere. You don't have to call your uncle's friend for some ideas on how to do some stuff. It's all here in the app. Free. It's got coaching tips to make sure that girls are included. They work with the Halberg Foundation to create inclusive sporting activities.
Not just basketball.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, well, we love the hoops. It's not just hoops. There's some other sports in there, a little bit of golf, a little bit of BMX. BMX. I'll tell you what, I've been trying to teach my 4-year-old locally how to ride a bike lately. Maybe I should get on there for a few tips.
Wow, BMX.
Well, it's a fantastic app. I've used it myself. I use it to coach my daughter's year 2 basketball team. And trust me, I needed it, and I took advantage of it.
What's the coach tip for BMX? Pedal faster?
I'm not going to talk. I'm going to say it's better than that.
66-64. Rightio, game on. This is it. Down the stretch. Who's going to step up and be the star tonight? Who's going to be the hero in this one? Kāhu searching for their 6th win of the season. Pouākai for their 4th. So much on the line. Crystal, Ledger, Walker. No.
Really lovely design of the play. Opened up that driving lane for Ledger Walker, but you can't hit that little English spinning shot off the glass.
Look out for Cassandra Brown in the corner here. She's already hit a couple of threes tonight. Here she comes inside. Big screen, Michaela Khan. And there we go. Brown adds 2.
Really nice coaching by the Pouākai. They had that set coming out.
And Rynell, so unlucky reaching around Amari Thomas there.
I'd like to see that one get let go. There is some contact there. But Rynell instead picks up her 6th personal foul.
Is that her 6th?
Sorry, the foul's on. That is her 4th personal foul play. She's drawn 5 up to this point, though.
Had me a little bit worried there. They do have another foul to give as well. 1:18 to play, margin at 4. Ledger Walker, safe pair of hands. Thomas down low. Speaking of safe, over Rynell. Oh, what a basket, Amari Thomas.
A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Keep that shot up, Amari. That was pure. Cutting it to a 2-point ball game.
She goes to 28. And she is keeping this Kāhu game, team, I should say, in the game. And doing it so well. Deep 2. Doesn't go down for Rynell. A lot of contact off the ball between Forster and Khan. Ledger Walker now.
They want to get it to Thomas in the post. But if there's double going to come when they do it, and there's not a lot of time left on the clock here.
Davidson sets the screen. Chloe Forster for 3. Rebound. And in the end, it is going to be a jump between Rabati and Ledger Walker. Pouākai ball.
Well done by Ledger Walker to get in there. 29 seconds on the shot clock. So if the Kāhu really wanted to, they could just defend. Timeout to the Pouākai. And I'm a little bit, I'll be surprised. I want to see where they take it in. I think they should take it in the full court, so they have the 24 seconds to work with. If it comes up into the half court, it's going to be down to 14 seconds on the shot clock. I'll be interested to see what their decision is.
How important tonight the BNZ player timeouts. They are going to play a part.
Can I just say how impressed I've been with this Pouākai game plan that Paul Flynn and Josh Thompson, and maybe Juddy, I don't know. Judd told me he doesn't have a lot to do with this one, though. but Josh Thompson and Coach Paul Flynn have put together. They have their team playing really well, sticking to exactly what they wanted them to do. And man, this Pouākai squad is digging deep.
Here's the Tauihi ladder as it stands at the moment. The Kāhu 5-1 on top. Look at the Pouākai 3-4. Took down the Queens last Sunday. What a win that was. Huge comeback. Went down to the 5 on Thursday night. If anything, consistency is their problem at the moment. But they get this scalp tonight. They move to 4-4. It would be a telling win.
It is, and there's something to be said about styles make fights. You know, styles make fights. And the Pouākai, they have a style that makes it difficult for the Kāhu, that makes it difficult for the Queens. But they haven't beaten the Phi yet.
They haven't, you're right.
There's a few matchups in the league this season that go one way or the other, but it doesn't the same for everyone across the board.
There's a bit to say.
Oh, player timeout called. Well done by Mackenzie Forbes there.
Couldn't bring it in. There's a bit to say that the Pouākai's pre-season team bonding session was axe throwing. BNZ player timeout. There's the QR code on screen for you right now. Scan away, because here's your chance. BNZ is invested in basketball. They want to inspire the next generation of basketballers, and you've got the chance to get some of these 5,000 tickets for sports groups, community groups, school groups. Scan that QR code, fill in your group's details, and grab your tickets to the big game with thanks to BNZ. Yes, I said axe throwing.
Now, the ball being in the front court completely changes things for the Kāhu.
Yep.
They don't have to foul now. They can play a solid possession, get a stop, and still have over 10 seconds left and their player timeout in hand.
Must advance, of course, out of the BNZ player timeout. 26 seconds to play. 2-point ball game. Michaela Khan settles it down.
4 on the shot clock.
Got to do something special here. It's down to 1. Brown leaves it short. And here come the Kāhu. 11 seconds to play. Down to 7.
Steal Khan.
Did well, didn't she?
That's going to be a jump ball. That's going to be Kāhu basketball. They have 3.6 left and a player timeout. They should definitely use it.
Is Ledger Walker involved in something there? I think the coin officials are just going to have a chat here. There was heavy contact, but on the fall to the floor, all wrapped up. And it will be a Kāhu ball. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's that push off on Khan, not for the first time tonight. And then all wrapped up as Ledger Walker came in.
Are they calling a player timeout? No, they know what they want to get. They're set up into it. Just 3.6. Got to get it to the tie.
Look out for Davidson. Look out for Thomas. There is the BNZ player timeout. So they will use it here. Now, importantly, Casey, it has to come in off the baseline.
And you know what? What else was impressive about that one is Crystal Ledger-Walker came over to speak to Coach Jody Cameron before calling the player timeout, so she knows what the coaching staff wants. So this has come from the sideline. This isn't strictly from the players. She did it before she called the timeout. Once you call that timeout, you can't talk to the bench.
QR code on screen, you know what to do. If we do go to overtime tonight, both teams have an additional BNZ player timeout to use. Now, it won't be on the side. This should be on the baseline, this inbound. This should be on the baseline. That's where it was originally.
That's where the
That's an error.
was going to be, too.
That's an error. That should be on the baseline. Ball comes in, turnover on the inbound pass. So that's an error there on the BNZ player timeout. It should have been on the baseline, if that's where it was to come in when it was called.
And that was the play that the Kāhu had set up. That was they were talking. There was going to be a back screen and then a down screen. Unfortunately, it comes to this angle.
What a game tonight from Haley Rynell.
That's right. Rynell gets the steal. The hustle rewarded once again. She has put together a stat line. 12.7 boards, 3 assists, a steal, a block. And that second steal there makes it 2 on the night, but she misses that one, leaving the door slightly open.
Kāhu have a timeout as well. They have a timeout on a make.
They can only call it on a make.
On a make, only on a make. 2.9 to play.
If I'm Rynell, I miss it.
Puts it up and does miss it. Loose ball. They get it back. They get the win. Late foul called, but it is going to be a foul on the Kāhu. So
an effort by the Pouākai. There's going to be free throws.
What's it going to be on the clock? 0.3. Rhinell's going to go back to the Chemist Warehouse. I don't think she's going to miss 2 again. She's 83% from the stripe coming into this game.
Got to make the first, for sure.
We haven't seen what time on the clock yet. First one goes down, margin at 3. Now, we don't know. It's going to be 0.5, so there will be a timeout here on a make. But 0.5, one into the other.
If they make it, it's a wrap.
Yep.
But if I'm right now, I miss it.
And she does. And that is game. What a win tonight by the Pro Build ITM Mainland Pouākai. Went down to the 5 by 20 on Thursday night. They have responded with a win here this evening. And for the second time this season, they have taken down the Kāhu 69-66. An incredible performance by this team. They ran 6 deep. Some big stories out of this one tonight. Talia Tapaya ejected through the third quarter. Your MVP this evening, all of the votes going the way of Amari Thomas. 28 points, 11 rebounds for her. Cassandra Brown, 24 points and 14 rebounds to go with her 3 steals. A huge game from the Canadian. Mackenzie Forbes, 17 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists and a couple of blocks. And Hayley Rhinell, 13 points, 8 rebounds. She was a star tonight as well. This is a big win. This is a really big win for this team. They moved to 4-4 on the season. Kāhu to lick their wounds at 5-2. But what a response. Thursday night in the doldrums. Tonight they respond in a big way. Hayley Rhinell, so much fun to watch. Here she is with Casey Frank.
That was an impressive game plan. You guys came out and really committed to it, played well. I love the way you were running the lane. Can you share us a little bit about what you were trying to get done and what you were successful with?
Yeah, I definitely think that we just buckled down on defense, and honestly, everyone ran their lane and they just couldn't keep up with us. That's really the moral of the story, and honestly, it was a huge team effort. There was, Kenzie was creating a lot for people. Cass was knocking down. Mick did amazing on defense and on offense, and Sharon and Ezra did an amazing job as well. So it was a full team effort.
The Kāhu only lost 2 games, both games to you guys. A little speed bump in the middle, but what does this win say about the Pouākai to the rest of the competition?
That we are quite possibly, we got it in us to win it. If they're going to be the best team, then, we could beat the best team twice. So we're ready for anything that comes at us for the rest of the season.
Thanks for the time. Great win tonight.
Really was a great win, wasn't it? Casey Frank there with Hayley Rhinell, and they have taken the Kāhu down twice this season. Getting the win tonight, 69-66. All of the stats with thanks to Chemist Warehouse. Tailor the tape. Let's work our way through it.
Well, there you see the leading scorers. Amari Thomas with 28, but the scoring prowess was not enough to get over the Pouākai. Cassandra Brown, 24, leading scorer. Mackenzie Forbes backing her up with 17 on the rebounds, where it ended up being a 52-47 advantage. Look at Panina Davidson and Amari Thomas, both double-doubles, attacking the glass. Brown with a double-double as well right now. Just off by a couple, as was Forbes. The assist, Chloe Forrester with 5. Mackenzie Forbes leading away with 6 assists. What a complete game that she has put on display once again.
Her first 4 minutes of that third quarter tonight, Case, really important.
Yeah, really brought the Pouākai back into things as we take a look at the blocks. Ezra McGoldrick, 3 at halftime, put in work. Mackenzie Forbes, a couple in the second half. There's the steals. The turnovers, pretty even. 10 for the Pouākai, 11 for the Kāhu. Overall, led by Brown and Ledger Walker.
3 of their 4 wins this season, the Pouākai. They've taken down the Kāhu twice. They've taken down the Queens once. This is a team to be respected.
This is a team that, as we just heard Hayley Rhinell say, if this is the best team, we can beat anybody. They have confidence. and they should keep that confidence high after a big win on the back end of a double-double.
Impressive tonight, weren't they? They head home. A little bit of redemption here this evening. Forget about the fight on Thursday night. They're going to go home remembering this one. Here's what's coming up. Tomorrow afternoon, Rapid League from 2, Tauihi from 3. We head to the Edgar Centre, the Hoi Ho, taking on the Queens. Kason Bookman joining me for that one. Kāhu back at home next Thursday night. All of a sudden, redemption now for the Kāhu. That's the story. They got the Queens coming to town.
And it doesn't get any easier than it did tonight with that talented Queens team, a rematch of last year's championship game as well as the first year season of Tauihi's championship game.
And you talked just a short time ago about the Pouākai and Phi.
And the Pouākai haven't gotten over that hump yet, but maybe this is the victory that enables them to find that success on their home court.
Good one tonight, wasn't it? A really good one. And the Southerners head home with a 3-point win, a thriller. Lots of spice, lots of fury, and lots of smiles for the Pouākai. They take it 69-66 on behalf of the team here at Sky Sport. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow afternoon for more GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi.